Stream. I grabbed my mic, but I'm actually not even using my headset mic because my mic jack on my computer is not working. So I'm actually Jack is on call. He's playing with us. So this is Return of Ace Attorney, but this time it's just me and Jack playing the Edgeworth spin-off game. We might go back to playing the first game with the bigger group at some point.
Dare I say, we will.
Yeah, I'd like to be optimistic. It's been, what, like, the last one was in 2022 that we played that game with the bigger group.
But the interest is there.
The interest is there.
This one will just be a bit more consistent because it's 2 people.
yes, that's the idea. That's what I'm saying, right?
And, like, realistically, if we were going through, like, if we were trying to go through all of the mainline games, we would not get to this until 20...
No, we'd never get to this one. Let's be real. That's so far down the line.
After we finish the trilogy, we'd probably want to do Apollo, and then after Apollo, we'd probably want to do Great Ace. It'd be a whole thing.
Right.
We're still on game 1.
But funny thing though, I mentioned this in the Discord, but I'll mention it on the stream. I was shining my flashlight into the mic jack on my computer. I think something's tilted off, like a pin's off or something, because it's not working anymore. So I was shining my flashlight in there, and I was reminded of when I had to do the same thing for my 3DS because the cartridge slot broke, and I could never figure out why. This was like 6 or 7 years ago. For reference, the game I had in the system when my cartridge slot broke was Ace Attorney 4, which I beat in 2017, I think. My review that I uploaded was uploaded in 2017. So I'm assuming that's when I beat it. Then I stuck a game in my 3DS just out of curiosity, and the cartridge slot works now. So this will only spur my already... When I just came back from a trip, and on that trip I started to get into my 3DS again. So this will only spur my 3DS resurgence.
Post Madam Two spells clarity.
I thought you were gonna make he's going back to Dual Destinies before he finishes Xenoblade 3 joke.
I'm done.
I've given up hope.
That dream died in me. Somehow you killed the dream. End of 2024. We could do it.
Yay!
Certainly he can play for an hour.
All right. Well, let's get this game started. You're seeing it all on Discord, right?
Yeah, is there music playing?
I
can hear it.
The title, the title screen just doesn't have music. I don't think.
So this would make more sense if it was below it, just so you know.
Oh yeah, no, I can tell this is a 2-body Edgeworth image.
Yeah.
I
don't know how often the game does stuff like that, but
yeah, I mean, the other Ace Attorney games don't much, but this one is made for the DS, unlike the first trilogy. So
also gonna just up front, I'm not like if you're gonna try to like. I'm kind of as blind as you are. It's been years.
Okay. All right. Cool.
I won't even be that good with the second one. I don't remember that many details. I remember loving it.
It's probably been about as many... What year do you think did you last play this?
I played this one probably when I was like 2016 maybe.
Okay.
And then I played the second one when the translation came out. So.
Okay. So about as long ago as my... Apollo Justice playthrough of Ace Attorney 4, which was not a streamed or a Let's Play. I played it on authentic DS hardware, which this totally is. This layout is totally authentic DS hardware.
Dude, I love that joke with emulation for Xenosaga specifically because that game says the word emulator a lot. It's like a plot point.
Really?
So every time they say emulator, I perk up and go, emulator? Who's using an emulator? But I make it, they say it probably, they've already said it probably like 35 times. So sometimes I make the joke like 5 times in a minute.
Oh my god.
I'm like, emulator. Okay, emulator.
All right.
Let's get started.
Episode 1, Turnabout Visitor.
I finally get to voice ensemble characters.
We did not plan ahead
Switch
who
places.
we did not plan ahead who was voicing what characters at all. So to make sure the defendant is found guilty, what other choice do I have? Is this right? I don't know who this is. That's the job of a
He's not in this
prosecutor,
game.
after all. I mean Edgeworth. Is this Edgeworth? I'm Edgeworth. That's the main character. That may be true.
No, this isn't.
But
him.
why? Why go this far? Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear enough, but a guilty verdict is all that matters to me. No matter what the cost. Oh shit! It's the first case, so they're gonna show us who the killer is right away. I'm a prodigy among prosecutors. Always have been. You can play this prosecutor character. I don't know what his deal is yet.
I remember the characters that show up, so I can reliably assign them. I will probably have more than you do, just because you're Ed.
Yeah, this time I'm the main character and not you. You were right. That was half the reason I wanted to play this one, is to do more Edgeworth voice.
It's a fun voice.
But do the Edgeworth voice the whole time.
I think it'll be fun also every now and then to have like one person from the OG join us. Like I'd love, I'll probably have to play Gumshoe most of the time, but I'd love for Kale to tap in at one point.
Oh yeah, because he's already played this one.
He's played this.
Have we ever mentioned this on the Ace Attorney streams that Kale's family stole our thing, and then they played through all the games before. I know. But it's funny because I just jokingly say that because it was like Kale told them he was doing that, and then then they started doing it, and then of course they did it like every day and actually went through all of the games versus us who never even finished the first one. Let me adjust the webcam.
Robert Pattinson only says 340 words in the Batman. That's wild. That's a long movie, too.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway. Things I saw on my
Twitter user spotted.
Cosmo, Wanda, I wish to meet the
Tommy guy. Oh, God. How many old bits from the other playthrough are gonna rear their ugly heads?
It depends when Goldberg shows up.
I forgot. Isn't there a case that has Larry in it, too?
Yeah, Larry's in one of these, and Oldbag's in one of these.
Excellent.
Yeah, so I think it's kind of it'll be a showcase.
March 14th, 2:05 a.m. Prosecutor's Building, 12th floor hallway. I have to click up here for it to. It's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole month.
For longer than that, Edgeworth.
I will hold
2 years.
Yes, it's hard to believe that I've been away from my office for a whole year and a half or so.
I haven't been on a Coleman stream.
I haven't been on a stream. I need to adjust my my in-game audio is so much louder than
yeah, it's pretty loud.
I have no idea how to adjust it on here. View, config, audio.
Oh, I would look at the stream.
Right.
Unless
the stream.
It's kind of cropped a little weirdly.
Oh yeah. No, I did. Oh. I mean, oh, you're right. Yeah, it's kind of. Hold on. The problem. Okay, hold on. Let me shrink it down a little more. Yeah, there we go. That more was being cut off than I thought. That's.
Oh yeah, that looks great.
I also need to, I think, let me move the webcam a little bit. Problem is, it's not letting me change the size of the webcam. It's not letting me change the size of anything. OBS is just being weird with that.
I want that 1/3 webcam action.
But let me, yeah, because this game's audio is way louder than you are. Let me see if I can figure out. Shut up! I like these options in the I don't know if you can even see this on the stream, but the options are like pause the ROM, shut up, which I assume means turn off the ROM. How do I adjust the audio of this, though? Sound settings. Here we go. Volume. Let's turn it down to like 70. Jack, talk.
Hey, what's up? My name is Jeff. I'm
gonna adjust it even more. I'm
Gene Parmesan.
I'm gonna turn it down to where was that setting I was just looking at? Sound. There it is.
Gene Parmesan.
This is my first time using this emulator, so I'm a little
Emulator?
I mean, this is my first time playing on authentic DS hardware. Okay, yeah, this is a better sound level. I like this. This sounds better. Dun, dun, dun. Now the game audio isn't drowning out my voice in OBS and your voice as well. It's hard to believe that I've been away for a whole year and a half of streams. Right? Where's Right?
I'm not in this game, Edgeworth.
I hope Detective...
I'm haunting you.
I hope Detective Gumshoe has been keeping an eye on my office and keeping it clean.
Oh fuck, how do I voice Gumshoe? I haven't even thought about that.
The door is unlocked. Detective Gumshoe!
Where are my kippers?
What's this smell? It's very familiar. Blood. My webcam was never on for any of the original Ace Attorney streams, so now you can see my
did
face.
You sacrifice a
right?
pig?
What the?
Cream cheese.
Cream cheese pizza. What's the meaning of this? What is this? they're already all.
Oh, yeah. This is me.
Okay, this is me.
This is me.
Identify yourself. Me is not enough.
Friends.
Shut up.
You've got some nerve committing murder in a prosecutor's office. Okay,
Fuck
buddy.
you.
Is that a threat?
Chicanery.
Let me make one thing very clear.
I don't negotiate with terrorists.
I don't...
What?
No one gets away with committing murder in my office. No one.
Now, outside of my office?
Maybe, you know, like if it doesn't involve me directly,
Go for it, champ.
Waddle. Then he waddled away. You waddle, waddle.
The sprite work, like characters moving around the environments, is interesting. I assume I'm gonna actually like move around the environments at some point like
Yes.
that. Okay.
You get used to it, but
Yeah.
yeah, that is how these games work. They
My
have portraits and stuff, but yeah.
my name is Miles Edgeworth, and this is the Miles Edgeworth stream. I work as a prosecutor in my local district. Little did I know that upon my return home after a year and a half abroad, I would be thrust into a multitude of cases, and some very frantic and busy days. It's about to be a wild collection of streams where I'm sure to meet tons of silly characters that will no doubt annoy me to no end.
This whole game is just essentially like one of not the worst week of Edgeworth's life, but like the weirdest one.
Okay.
I think the whole game takes place over like a very short period of time.
Okay, interesting. March 14th, 2:56 a.m. High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. It's my office. It's 3 in the morning. I was just coming to check in on Edgeworth, and now I'm stuck here while they take
Wait,
pictures
I
of
am
the crime
Edgeworth.
scene. To check in on Gumshoe. Names are confusing.
I gotta check in on me.
I have to check in on my office.
I finished photographing the victim's body, sir.
Very well. Please continue your investigation.
Okay, yes, sir.
I do like the like pixel art of them walking around. It's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised other newer Ace Attorney games haven't ever done this like setup. I mean, the pixel art I'm sure it would look better on a smaller screen and not my giant computer.
I've got outstanding news. Remakes never happen. So.
Right.
It's Madam Web. Ah! Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Are you okay, sir? We'll go with this.
That's
I'll
good.
figure this out.
Keep it down, detective. This is a crime scene, and it's 3 in the morning.
I'm Eepy. When I heard that a murder took place in your office, I ran up here straight away.
This is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct, and the one they assigned to handle this murder case for the time being.
You're looking a little pale, sir. Are you hurt?
No, I'm perfectly fine. However...
Look at what they did to your office. It's totally trashed.
I'll say, the culprit sullied my floor with dirt rather well. No
I
one
can
gets...
excuse murder, but no one gets away with trashing your office.
Yes, yes, no one gets away with tracking mud into my office.
Whoa, sounds like you're getting really burned up over this whole thing.
This crime was committed in my office, so it is my responsibility to solve it.
Oh, that's just like you, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay,
Mr. Edgeworth.
time to do... That's Dr. Mr. Edgeworth.
That's Dr. Mr. I got my doctorate between streams.
Okay, time to do some investigating. Oh.
What's ooh, the Steam notification?
Steam
I always forget I still have him on my friends list until he pops up playing something.
Ew.
The stream can't see who we're talking about, but
Get
agreed.
over power, bro.
Our first course of action is to gather relevant facts and leads.
Can we get food first?
I like this song, it's kind of ghost tricky.
Yeah. Is it the same composer?
I don't know, I don't know. We must
Yeah, I don't see why it wouldn't be.
we must not overlook anything, no matter how small.
Actually,
if
sorry,
we
I'm
are
just realizing, weird trivia. I actually think every game in the original trilogy has a different composer. I
Really?
think I remember reading that somewhere. Yeah, I could be fucking lying. But I think that's true.
So the
Anyway.
but I wonder after that point if they just got one composer. I don't know.
Yeah, because this does sound ghost tricky.
Yeah. I'll keep any leads or information we find etched into the forefront of my mind. Speaking of
Logic.
things that pique my curiosity,
Pequi.
this song is also louder than the last one, but whatever. I don't feel like adjusting the audio unless it stays loud. Why, of all places, did the murder occur in my office? Ooh, crime scene, my office. Is it really coincidence that the murder took place there? Ooh. Oh, it goes down onto the bottom screen where that little button is. Okay. I get the nagging feeling that this is something important to keep in mind. A clue, perhaps? A piece of logic and evidence, or whatever they are calling it in this game.
This was the composer of Trials and Tribulations, who then I think went on just to do all the rest of the mainline Ace Attorney game.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I was wondering that myself, sir. I mean, you can't really say it's just a coincidence, can you?
No, not really. Especially because of this.
The key to your office?
But for security reasons, this office's door has a lock built into it.
It was a big...
I keep a lot of evidence here, probably more than I'm supposed to. I mean,
What do you mean, sir? Keep
nothing.
that just
Pretend
way
I
down.
didn't say that. If you think about it carefully and use logic, it should become clear to you. Oh, is this where... I remember there was...
Logic?
Is this where the image of Edgeworth holding his fingers up to his hand is from?
I think so, yeah.
By-
Logic?
By finding the connection between two pieces of information and connecting them, new information is born. That
Phoenix
is
can-
the end result of using logic.
Phoenix knows when people are lying. Apollo can see small, imperceptible details in body language, and Edgeworth is just able to connect dots.
I'm
I have
logical.
basic
I'm
reasoning.
purely logical.
So, how do you use it?
First, I recall information through the logic button, and then
The what?
connect them together.
Use the
Yes,
Nintendo
this image.
DS.
Now to touch the logic button and recall the facts.
Fucking, this is how Ben Shapiro feels.
I'm guessing I need to drag these together.
Just
Or
press
oh,
both
okay, and then
connect.
okay,
This is the tutorial, so you
got it.
can't fail it.
Got it. I thought I'd be like drawing a line between them or something. For security reasons, all prosecutors' doors are outfitted with locks, which means it would have been hard for the murderer and the victim to get in here.
Oh,
Ergo, it's impossible
Okay.
to dismiss the location of this crime as mere coincidence.
yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, sir.
There
Yeah?
must be a reason why someone infiltrated my room. What was the killer after? The killer's goal.
Love. You're really on the ball today, Mr. Edgeworth. That's some beautiful logic, sir.
Yes, well, when you follow leads to their conclusion, only the truth remains. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray from the truth as well. Uh-oh, there's a health bar. Shit.
Fuck.
If I think carefully before piecing leads together, the logic should flow. The spice must flow. Lisan al-Gaib! Well, let's get started with our investigation, shall we?
Gumshoe, you're goated. Fun fact, you're the only person streaming this game right now.
Yo! That means if anybody wants to watch Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, they have to come here and
Yeah.
watch me.
You bumbling
Begin
moron.
investigation.
I am goated.
Ah, yes.
Basic of any good investigation is to examine everything, sir.
I know that. And when I want to examine something, I simply touch the examine button.
I don't know what you mean when you say that, but I'll keep going. Oh, if you ever feel lost and you want to talk, just press the partner button, okay?
And I don't know what you mean by that, but I'll take your word for it.
I'll give you great, precise advice as an ace investigator, sir. I was gonna say, why is he not saying pal? But then I realized he probably just calls him sir.
Something to try later if I have free time, I suppose. Ooh, okay.
Cut his salary. Hmm.
Oh, I can click. Can I also do it with the, with the buttons? Yes, I can do it with the WASD. and
He
walk
looks
around.
so mad when he's.
They both have such like frowny faces. It's kind of funny.
Ouch! They even knocked over your chess set. I had it all set up, ready for you to get back. I figured we could play a few games.
I had no
Games.
idea.
Unlimited games.
I had no idea you were interested in chess.
I'm actually pretty good at checkers, so I thought I'd give chess a try.
In that case, I suppose I can set some time aside after we solve this case. Though I
We know
don't.
she a movie.
Though I don't expect the games to tax my mental acuity much. I mean, playing chess with a checkers player? Come on now.
I would love if this was like, because there's like an episode of Frasier where like he can't beat his dad in chess, even though his dad is like a fucking like, just normal dude.
Yeah.
And it's fucking deeply, and I could see that happening where Gumshoe's just like,
Oh, I think I got checkmate.
And Edward's like, no! How can this be?
Again.
Okay.
A fluke.
This gun looks interesting. What have we here? Could this perhaps be the murder weapon? If so, it would mean that the killer made their escape after disposing of their gun here. Gumshoe?
Oh,
What do you think about
sorry,
this?
pal, I didn't see a portrait. This is the Colt Action 76. 6 bullets, more than enough to kill anything that moves. I think I've seen one of these before.
Well, clearly
That was
you
a game
knew
reference.
exactly what kind of gun it was. Care to enlighten me as to where?
Roadhouse. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I was issued the exact same model. I think.
Detective.
I don't really like guns all that much. I mean, they're really dangerous.
classic
But
gun.
now that I'm thinking about it, you do see this model around the precinct a lot, sir. I don't use mine much, except in emergencies, so that's why I didn't recognize it.
So it's the same type of revolver as the ones used by this precinct's detectives.
Speaking
Interesting.
of, my gun is missing.
Oh god. Bro, now
wonder if that's
see
the-
now I'm flashing back to Great Ace Attorney where Von Karma lost his gun and like imagine like the last case of that game. Imagine how quickly he probably could have been cleared of that if he didn't lose his gun. Oh,
On Karma?
shit. Or Von Zeeks. Von Zeeks.
Okay, I was like, huh?
It's been a while. Names.
He's getting to that.
Relax and listen. They finished photographing the body, so it should be alright to examine this area. I won't rest until I've investigated every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Oh, okay. God damn it. It was so funny. I uploaded 5 Xenoblade 2 videos, and then my hard drive stopped working that I had all the footage on. 2 of them have Banna in the thumbnail. One of them is him looking up and going, oh ho 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 ho, which is just like, okay.
Oh, we got a bunch of comments on the tier list.
We did get a bunch of comments.
Yeah.
I saw some. I commented on one of them.
Oh, you did?
I replied to one of them, yes.
I'll have to see that. I haven't seen that one yet. That's funny. We got hate too. The Ace Attorney fans were like, "Okay, this is funny. I don't agree, but this is funny." And then like, Xenoblade fans were like, "Here's your home address." I just kept saying Dunga was a bum in the comments too. People were like,
Yeah.
"Why do you hate Dunga?" And I'd be like, "No, he's a bum."
What do we have here?
Hey, I think I've seen one of these before.
It's a police badge, detective. I would hope you've seen one before.
Oh, hey, I have the exact same thing. Actually, what a coinkydink.
Kawinky dink. I love that. Let's take a look inside.
Please take a look.
Mr. Buddy Faith. No,
Buddy
Mr. Buddy Chicanery. It would appear that our victim was a detective, just like you. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. I need to stop pressing the space button. I need to actually probably change what that's binded to, because I keep pressing it by accident.
What do you mean? Don't you mean the Nintendo DS?
Yeah, I mean, I need to stop closing the lid of my Nintendo DS.
Oh, is that what that button
I
is?
think that's what it's
Close
binded to. I need to change it.
Oh, because some games do like.
Yeah,
require
occasionally
that.
games are like, close the lid to solve a puzzle. So I was like, I'll just bind it to a button just in case. But space was not the right button.
One of the most used buttons
Yeah, I
on
know.
the
I think. Oh, hold on. Let me go. I'll change it. I'll have to change it. What was I doing? Oh yeah. Examine these. Your files. Oh, yeah, that's you.
Your files are all over the floor, sir.
They probably fell during the struggle between the victim and his killer. My files are a mess. Yeah.
Aw,
Right.
you know, I tried so hard to keep this place spotless while you were away.
I mean,
this is still me. This is just rendered all the time. This just rendered all the time and effort I put in pointless.
they don't use the portraits nearly as often, so you have to actually look at
No.
what they're I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room.
No, that's an exclamation point. You have to be more mad.
I don't recall ever asking you to clean my room, mother!
Well, I watered the flowers every day, just like you requested, sir. And I took care of your dog. I don't have a dog. Then whose dog is this? I just added cleaning to the list as a weekend special. Wait, yeah. For about half a day, every Saturday, I'd come in and clean this place until it sparkled.
Does he have a life? Or, you know, a job to do?
Gumshoe,
Do they only assign you cases when I'm around?
Gumshoe, you serve zero purpose.
Let's see here.
We should have a joint funeral in that if I die, you kind of won't need to live anymore.
Oh my god. That reminded me of the Xenoblade 2 video that I made that I clicked on.
Oh my god.
Just to watch a Banna clip. Sorry. But the first thing he does in this scene is he's yelling at Papunin and which is another no pun, and he goes, "Why can Papunin not even die properly?" And I'm like, the only thing stopping me from shitposting about him more earlier is that nobody else had played the game, I think. I think that's it. He also in that cutscene does 5 mehs in a row. A full meh 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 meh. And then he hangs up the. It's when he's yelling at Papunin. I'm like, oh god. Anyway, there's blood all over his lower abdominal area.
It looks like the bullet passed clean through his stomach area, sir.
In other words, he was shot.
Yup, and until the autopsy's done, I don't think we'll know much more than that.
Please have the body sent to the morgue once they're done processing the crime scene.
Those guys are weird.
Notes jotted down in my organizer. Okay, so what's the difference between the organizer and the logic? I guess the logic and the evidence
Logic
are different.
is a game, and this is evidence.
Okay.
You can present these, and logic is more facts that you try to.
Okay. Are you gonna be? You.
That's
go.
me. You even.
I
did the
knew it was
gumshoe
you. I did
voice.
the voice. I was just hijacking it.
Are you gonna be okay with keeping track of the evidence we find, sir?
Of course. This is the safest way I know to keep track of it all.
All right, if you say so.
I keep all the evidence I find either in or with my organizer. When I want to re-examine a piece, I've but to touch the organizer button. But the organizer isn't only for evidence. I keep people's profiles on hand in it too. It's probably a good idea to make a habit of checking the facts. Yeah, he starts taking pictures of the forensics people. Like, I need to put you in my organizer.
What?
Let's see here. This is the same text. I thought it would be different because it was her hand, but it's not. Is that ever? It's not. Let me try to put some logic together.
Logic.
The killer's goal. Revolver. Victim was a detective. Signs of a struggle. This song is good. My files are a mess, pointing to struggle between the victim and the killer. He was here to find something, wasn't he? Connect. The pieces don't fit together quite right. The puzzle pieces aren't quite fitting. Ah! Why did this happen in my office? What was the killer after? I'm curious because how obvious are these connections gonna be? Like, I'm like, how straightforward is it gonna be? I wonder. Victim was a detective.
Okay, and the revolver was given to precinct detectives.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, try it.
I'm the best ever do it.
The revolver, the standard model used by detectives. Could it have belonged to our recently departed? Detective Gumshoe, could you please thoroughly check the victim's body one more time?
Yes, sir. On it now, sir. Excuse me, pal. Let's see what we have got here. Mr. Edgeworth, sir. This guy's wearing a gun holster.
So it appears that our killer somehow managed to take the victim's gun from him. Victim's revolver data. Jotted down in my organizer. Let's see what else we can find out about this revolver. Oh boy. Item rotating time. Okay.
Oh, as I always say, you gotta look really carefully at each piece of the evidence, pal.
I added that one in.
You can use the scroll wheels to rotate an object. There's no such thing as a bad angel.
Okay.
Angel.
Angel. Yeah.
Use the slide bar or the X and Y arrows to zoom in and out to get at the nitty gritty.
What I'm doing is, this is like, do you remember like playing like a game, like a licensed kids game that would be like on the PlayStation? So in order to like kind of like deliver a line, but like they'd be like, if you want to move, press the X button. You know, like the X button is so clearly
I
added
got
later.
that.
Yeah, that was always so funny to me. Here's what you need to do, SpongeBob. Press the
It's the
triangle.
trigger. It's the trigger. Yeah. Okay. To think that it's so easy to take a life with just the pull of a trigger.
That's how guns work, idiot. You know, I can't ever see myself really liking guns.
I like-
laser guns came.
I like that Gumshoe's scared of guns. That's very in character.
Oh, but I love the ones that use it to track and field meets to start races. If you take off before it's fired, everyone always ends up following your lead.
To chase you down for a false start, detective. Do you know how that works?
Now that you mention it, even when I finish first, I always wind up in last place.
Anything else?
What's your favorite race, Edgeworth?
Well, if I had to choose.
No, wait! Not that kind.
Is there anything else to examine on this?
Oh, you're pointing at me!
I'm pointing. It's such a
He's just
low
looking
res.
down the barrel of the gun. Edgeworth! What's in this? Sir, that is Herbie fully loaded.
Let me zoom it out a little bit.
Speaking of loaded, did you check to see how many bullets were fired?
Oh yes, that's probably inexaminable. It looks like only one round was fired from this.
Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with fucking gumshoe. Wow, so the killer killed the Vic with just one shot after wrestling the gun from him? Sounds like the guy knew how to handle a gun, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
We have no proof for now, but the idea that the killer who used a gun would know how to use the gun is in fact a distinct possibility.
Wow, we're such good detectives.
I guess this is all about all we're going to find out. We should send the body to who?
Jim.
I don't even know who. Oh.
I think, yeah, it's this guy.
Oh, okay. Oh, the guy that they showed in the opening cutscene shooting someone? Wow. Cool.
Why? How could this happen to a guy like you?
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let me get a look at him and I'll figure out a voice.
Are you alright, sir?
Don't touch me! Leave me alone! Just leave me be! Let me be!
Sorry, but I can't do that. The investigation is still ongoing, so please refrain from touching the body.
The body? The body? Don't just talk about him like he's some lump of flesh! Look at him. Jim looks like he just turned in for the night.
Sure. Just in a blood-stained suit, pal.
I thought his name was Body Chicanery.
It was. Okay, well, he's kind of got like a compass, so maybe I'm like, haha, where are my manners? Yeah, something in my like lower baritone range.
Aren't you that prosecutor?
Why, yes, I am. I am Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. I'm Jacques Portsman, prosecutor. Jim here was my partner in crime busting.
I'm Miles Edgeworth, and like you, I am also a prosecutor.
Detective Dick Gumshoe, sir. So, you're Miles Edgeworth. I guess this is your office. I guess this is your office?
Yes, that is correct.
Then it was you! You're the one who killed Buddy Chicanery!
You were in the opening cutscene. You're the one who killed Buddy Chicanery.
Hey, don't go around jumping to conclusions, pal. Just calm down, okay? I will not. I know how things work around here. High prosecutor's office doors all have locks built into them. And only the owner of the office has the key to his or her own office door.
That is correct. However, I was not the one who killed your partner.
However, nuh-uh.
However,
Yeah.
not me.
That is true, but no. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth has been overseas on a business trip this whole time, pal. And the key to the door was with me the entire time, okay? So, the only one who could get in here was me. Oh, wait. That means... I'm not sure what that means. So it was you, then! You're Buddy Chicanery's killer! No way, pal! You got it all wrong!
Everyone calm down. Mr. Portsman, correct? If you are a real prosecutor, you should know to stay collected. The investigation has only just begun. Isn't it too early to be drawing conclusions?
Alright, I get the point. You're right, my mistake. I tend to get a little too hot-headed sometimes. You sure are one cool customer, though, Mr. Edgeworth. Is it true that you were in the Epstein flight logs?
What?
I've heard all those rumors about you. You're on the Epstein flight logs.
No. That was not my business trip. What? What are you talking about?
It was an island. How could I turn it down? I didn't know. I didn't know. It was an island.
He was Von Karma's friend, not mine.
That would totally. You're the genius prosecutor. You're something of a legend, you know? Anyway, let's all call a truce and work together, okay? Now, how about a handshake to seal the deal?
A pleasure to work with you. His hands are so sweaty.
I love the idea of Edgeworth arriving to the island being like, all right, private. Oh, God, why is that?
Yeah, and then he just leaves
What?
him.
God, put some clothes on. And they're like, are you not into this? And he's like, are you? What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with you?
You guys were conducting your investigation, right? Sorry for barging in like that. Carry on, then. It's your room, after all.
Thank you. I intend to.
I just want a little more time to say goodbye to Buddy. You there!
Sir?
I want you to capture this scene on film for me.
This is definitely a guy that shakes hands by aggressively grabbing the other person's arm and just like shake.
If a YouTuber was a prosecutor.
What's up,
Want me to
everybody?
capture
My
the scene
name's
on
Markiplier.
film for me. My final farewell to my partner, Buddy. Such a touch. Will you do that when I die, Edgeworth?
I should probably give them some space. Also, no.
Oh, man.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn the AC on because it's hot in here.
You bitch. Hi, folks. Detective Gumshoe here. Looks like it's just me, so if you don't mind, I'm gonna talk to you about the importance of being earnest. Now, the importance of being earnest is a classic novel. The novel was written by,
Is that a novel or a play? Of Being Earnest. It's by Oscar Wilde. It's a play by Oscar Wilde. It was originally written in 1895 at the St. James Theatre in London. It is a farcical comedy in which the protagonists maintain fictitious personas.
Gumshoe, what are you talking about?
No, nothing, pal.
Okay, what else can I investigate in this room?
Can you leave yet? Oh,
Wait.
the bullet hole!
I hope we can solve this case quickly. I'd like to return to relaxing on this sofa.
What is he doing, that guy? That thing looks a billion times softer than my mattress at home. You could say that about literally anything in this room. Can I sit on it too? Just for a little while, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, you know I can't allow that.
What?
Until this case is solved,
Okay.
neither of us has time to spare, let alone rest. Also,
You're not house
this
trained.
couch is specially refined leather. I can't have anyone else
Corinthian?
sullying it.
You're right, sir. I'm gonna work hard and be a real trooper to the end.
Good job. Even once this case is over, I don't think he can afford to take any time off.
Look at the Steel Samurai figure. Oh.
Well, it's a good thing my steel samurai doll was spared in ER.
Speaking of which, I haven't actually sat down and watched any of that show. What's it about again?
Well, I don't know much about it myself, but
Yes, he does.
the hero of the Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo-Old Tokyo, is the Steel Samurai. And his goal is to defeat the evil magistrate. It's a show geared towards kids. However, its high
Gotcha.
production values and riveting plot draws in a number of adults as well. Spin-offs like Pink Princess, Warrior of Little Old Tokyo, and The Nickel Samurai, along with the deluge of merchandise and even a new stage show, gives it presence. Oh my god, there's a lot of dialogue.
You, sure know a lot. Are you sure you're not some kind of rabid fanboy?
Of course not! Anyone that keeps up with society knows at least this much. And that conversation lasted longer than expected. Let us return to the investigation.
That's like saying anyone who keeps up with society knows what the new Power Rangers project is.
I love
Anyone
that's
knows
especially
that Blue
funny
Ranger
because
Red
in
is
the
now
in
coming
the
out.
actual Steel Samurai case, I don't think he ever expresses like any
No, I think
knowledge.
that was, like, later.
Yeah,
I think at the end. No, I think it's because at the end he's like, Will Powers, I'm a big fan. I think that
Right.
happens at the end of the case. And also I'm in love with Phoenix.
Oh wait, this is the sofa. I thought it was the
Oh, yeah,
the portrait of his
Maybe you have to
own.
move up a bit. I love lasagna shaped like me.
I don't think. No. Wait, maybe this is it. No, this is just the.
I hope we can solve this case so I can sit on this jacket. Can I sit on it? You can sit on jackets.
Okay. This desk? It's been a while since I've sat at this desk. Oh, how I've missed you. Sweet mahogany!
That desk looks softer than my bed.
It's so tidy, it looks newer than when I first bought it. The mahogany has been polished to a fine sheen.
I cleaned it.
Gumshoe, did you polish this mahogany?
My job is to protect your office, sir.
And you did such a good job protecting it that a murder occurred in it.
Can I get a treat? Oh wait, that was sarcasm. That's harsh, sir.
I have to admit the desk has never looked better, so I guess I can't dock his pay.
Damn it. Oh man. Stop crop dusting me, Mr. Edgeworth. Watch out for the teacup fragments there, sir.
That kidder is going to pay this tea set.
Yikes! You're really mad over this.
I'm so mad I'm Kubrick staring the camera. This tea set is very dear to my heart and can only be bought in England. It cost more than your whole month's paycheck.
What?
Now I feel like the killer wasted one of my monthly paychecks. Or you just overpaid.
Is there anything else? Talk. How's it coming along?
Please, I need absolute silence. This picture is too important to mess up.
You've taken like 12 of them. But okay. Alright. This...
Oh, it's your trophy, the Knight of Prosecutors, right?
King of Prosecutors. And it's not a trophy, it's a shield.
They only send this to the winning prosecutor, right?
Yes, but I have no real interest in the perceived worth of other people. As for my own worth, that is something only I can determine for myself.
The only time you ever lost, the only time you beat Phoenix is like a case that he threw.
Yeah, but he doesn't count. I'm the king of prosecutors in every other way. But also, I don't care. It's just a shield.
That's so slick, sir. I'm gonna have to try saying that sometime.
Unfortunately for him, his monetary worth is tied directly to his worth to me.
That's a fucked world.
Right.
What
Is
does he
this
get to decide?
yet another batch of fresh flowers?
The ones that come with a card attached every month like clockwork for you? Yup. Speaking of that, let's see what's on the card this month, sir. All will be resolved. Wendy. Oh no.
Miss Irony, how painful are thy thorns.
Wendy, isn't that the name of the old lady with the whiny voice that Star?
That's enough, detective! You need not remind me further.
That's a good shudder.
Old bag. Can I leave now?
Yeah, let's no. Talk to
No.
the detective on the left.
Maybe. Do you have anything to report?
It's you.
Sir, yes, sir. Nothing out of the ordinary right now, sir. And yet, there's something out of the ordinary right in front of my eyes.
Talk about a contradiction.
Something out of the ordinary. I should look around a bit. Okay, so clearly I've still missed something.
Maybe talk to the prosecutor.
Mr. Portsman, a word, if I may.
Jim, I swear I'll find your killer and bring them to justice. You wait and see. It'll be for the both of us. Now then, you wanted to talk to me about something?
No, that's alright. I feel like I'm interrupting their conversation. Okay, clearly I'm supposed to look at something else around here. Maybe there's still something on the gun? So the detectives of this precinct all use the same model of revolver.
I guess I don't really like guns, but at least I know the different types out there. Did we do this already?
This is slightly different than the last dialogue. At least he knows something related to his job. Okay, that was... Let me try talking to Gumshoe and see. I'm assuming this is the you need help? Like, yeah.
You called, sir?
Notice anything about investigating? Is there anything you noticed that you'd like to share, Detective Gumshoe?
Just as I rushed over here, just that I rushed over here as soon as I heard there was a murder in your office, sir. The investigation's just got started, so I guess there's not much else to say. So, were you the killer? Were you the one who found the body, Mr. Edgeworth?
Unfortunately, upon my return, I found my office door to be unlocked, and what awaited me inside was this whole messy affair.
Ouch, that's rough.
Even though I left the security of this room to a certain detective.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, I'll just click on all of these. Whatever. More Edgeworth time. More Edgeworth and Gumshoe time. I assume you understand how to conduct investigations, Detective.
Of course, sir. examine things by tapping them or by touching the exam button. By checking various things, we gather evidence and information. You can see the evidence we've collected by touching the organizer button. For information.
For information and leads, it's the logic button. L for
That's
logic.
it. Great job, sir. Deductive reasonable is the way to go.
It's called deductive reasoning, detective. Clearly, something you lack. Clearly.
You don't own an air fryer.
The info I've gathered.
Rest in peace, Gumshoe. You would have loved air fryers.
I seem to have picked up a few good leads.
Oh? So now you're gonna do that thing you do with the information, right?
What are you babbling about?
What are you waffling about?
What are you waffling about?
That brainy thing you were talking about just a few minutes ago, sir. The logic. You said that you could look at all your leads and info by pressing the logic button. Then you pick up the pieces you want by touching them and hitting connect. That's your way of investigating, right, sir?
Yes, which is why this exercise in explaining my own method to me was unnecessary. Okay, this is definitely just tutorial text for the logic, but I like that it's like he's lampshading the fact that he doesn't need his own.
Present your badge to Gumshoe.
Ah, yes, my badge.
Your prosecutor's badge is really tiny compared to my police badge. I wonder what else is tiny.
The quality of my badge is not reflected in the size.
But it's really cool, sir. Much cooler than my badge could ever be.
There's no need to suck up to me, detective.
I want to suck.
You already... what?
Nothing.
Wait, what is this? This is... Oh, it's just the image, okay. The body was found around 2:05. The revolver... Maybe I'm gonna check the revolver one more time, make sure there's nothing else I need to look up on this. So... yeah, okay. No more of that. Maybe I need to logic again? I don't... Right. Maybe if I drag these two together? I already dragged these two together, though, didn't I? Weren't these the first two I dragged together and then it gave me a strike? So I'm not gonna do that again. I think there must be something I need to examine that I haven't clicked on yet.
I bet.
See, in the newer games, they show you when you've clicked on everything, but...
Well, it sounds to me like you're stupid.
Hey, they haven't remade this one yet. I'm still in... It's 16 bits.
How many bits was the Nintendo DS?
No, this is the teacup again. How are we getting stuck in the first room? This is not a good sign.
No, my Matrix. It's just 32-bit system, sir. Hey, I'm just trying to be honest with you, pal. It's funny that it still ran Super Nintendo games suboptimally.
You know what's even funnier? That you can only play Super Nintendo games on the new 3DS model and not the old one.
The old one, yeah. That's kind of pathetic.
Okay, the chest.
Either
Okay.
Nintendo just wanted more money, which sounds about right, or the 3DS was underpowered.
Is there a save? Is this how I save? I don't want to suspend play. I just want to save. I just want to save before I try, because I feel like the only thing left to do is drag these together, but I swear I did that already. But maybe it's like you have to drag them together in a specific order. Like I had to drag those first two together first. I just don't want to lose more health dragging them together again. but I can't think of anything else to do.
Just try dragging them together. Fuck it, bro. We ball.
I'm gonna be kind of mad if this works, because these were the first ones I connected in my brain. And they just weren't, they didn't work till the other ones worked.
No, it didn't work.
Okay. Well, now I've lost more health. What the hell do I do to make the game progress?
What have we not looked at yet?
I don't know. Maybe this is a different thing and not just the desk? No, that's still just the desk.
Ladder?
I already walked over to the ladder. Talk, examine. See, I don't think I can do the ladder, because this is the T set. Maybe I need to... Can I present something to this guy?
I don't know. Ah!
What? This is the first room! How am I... Maybe there's a... Can I, like, press a button to just leave the office or something?
I don't know, bro. I think... sounds like you're stuck. What have we not looked at yet? This is so funny.
I know, I'm like, this is the first room!
Maybe look at... Investigate the gun?
See, I don't feel like we need to leave...
look at your evidence?
Okay. I don't feel like we need to leave the room, because I feel like once we have whatever we're missing, the Portsman guy's gonna start talking to me again. I just haven't done one thing on this. I don't know what, though. And it's kind of a pain in the ass to rotate the evidence.
A little bit.
So you have to do it with the touch screen. There's not really... Okay, I did the bullets already. Right? This funny dialogue about Gumshoe cheating in every track and field.
They don't call you Edgeworth for nothing.
They don't call me Edgewood for nothing. It's true. I mean, they don't. I'm gaining your. I've been around you too long. I'm starting to pick up your voice.
I'm rubbing off on you, sir.
I don't like it. We've been stuck in this room for so long. I want to go to sleep. Right.
I want to leave.
I want to leave. Okay, it's not the gun. I've gone over the gun far too many times.
What the fuck?
Maybe I do
Do
need...
not check your badge.
Maybe I need to present one of the other evidences to Gumshoe.
Sure. Show me the gun. I'm just a lowly detective, so I'm not sure what I should do with that other than to arrest it.
Is that the only talent you have? Oh, wait. Is this gonna be the same? Oh, okay.
The victim's gun, huh? It's the same model as mine.
A tool used to protect lives, yet one that can also take lives away. Those who take a gun in hand wield a great responsibility. I hope you understand that.
I don't really use my gun at all, sir. The only time I would use this baby is...
If you say at the track and field races.
When I'm fighting a hot duel with a convict to look ultra cool.
Alright, that's a slightly more acceptable answer. But you were doing so well until that last bit. Okay, well...
Nice Hannibal Lecter reference, sir.
That's... well, I've now presented Gumshoe all the evidence.
Alright, go to the right. Let's go to the right and see if we can investigate, like, indifferent to him. Like, just
It won't let me walk past him, so...
Damn it! And you've talked to the that guy up
I'll
there?
try talking to him.
Oh, no, we did, yeah. Jim! What
No.
the fuck, pal?
I know, I'm like, how are we so stuck here already?
It's the first area.
Is this why this is one of people's least favorite Ace Attorney games?
No, I think we're just dumb.
I've clicked on everything already.
Edgeworth investigations stuck in first room.
It's like at that point, just pull up a guide.
Case 1 guy. I cannot believe we're having to pull up a guide. That is actually fucking pathetic.
It looks like there's something behind this. Watch it actually be this poster, and I just have to like.
He was in-
We found it. We found it. We found it.
Oh. how'd
It
you
was.
do
It was.
that?
You have to be like at the very top of the screen and aiming left at a very specific spot to click on the jacket and not the sofa.
Fascinating.
This is why this is why these games work better when I can just tap the spot I want to investigate. Meh.
Ah, your jacket, sir. What's it doing on the floor?
It must have fallen off the wall when the killer tried to threaten me by firing a round.
You fell off.
You were right
So-
when you told me to investigate the bullet hole. An hour
Yes.
and like 50 minutes ago.
So the killer was not only shot the victim, but they shot at your jacket as well. They dared to shoot at the ultra special jacket that you made your prosecutor debut in. What if they shot through it? Oh, it would have been a disaster.
It's not worth getting worked up over, Detective. I have like 10 more of those at home. There's something far more interesting here.
Huh? Like what?
I take it you haven't noticed it yet, Detective?
I'm very stupid, sir.
There is a giant contradiction right here in front of us.
Really? Oh.
Did I say contradiction? He must be rubbing off on me. I'm starting to sound like...
Yeah, it's worth
Him.
letting rub off on you.
Shut up, right? But I have my own methods, and I will conduct this investigation my way. When the scene
I did
before
it
me...
My way.
My way. When the scene before me contradicts a piece of evidence or seems off, that's when my deductive skills come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction.
The spot.
This is it! The bullet hole where the contradiction lies. When I spot something that's off, I should touch the deduce button with conviction.
Seduce.
Deduce! And when I have
Seduce.
found sufficient evidence, sufficient proof, I present it. This is how I do things. Oh, only one bullet, yeah. Eureka! This bullet hole is the contradiction.
What do you mean, sir?
It's elementary. 2 shots were fired in this room. The first felled the victim,
Okay.
and the second felled this frame.
Oh, hey, that's right.
However, this gun was only fired once,
Hey, that's true too.
which means that one of these 2 bullets was fired from a different gun. Did the killer have another gun prepared for tonight?
By the way, I noticed something, sir.
Yes?
What's that thing sticking out from behind the frame?
Ah, that? It's a secret safe.
A secret safe? Oh, I smell money.
It was me noticing the top of the safe that made me feel like, okay, that has to be investigatable, and so I moved over there and tried to click it again. But it was I was like fiddling with it, trying to get him up to the top corner. Well, spare us the trouble and just say it. Nothing like what you're imagining is inside. Now, if you could kindly move this frame out of the way. You're
Roger
just
that.
here to do manual labor for me.
Talk about dusty.
I suppose that's what happens when I'm not here to dust it once in a while.
Didn't tell me it existed. I had no idea that there was a safe here. All right, okay. So, where did you put this thing in?
It wasn't something I had installed
wait.
personally. Every prosecutor's office has one.
Really? I had no idea.
Well, only prosecutors are supposed to have knowledge of their existence.
So, what's inside? What's inside, Mr. Edgeworth?
I was wondering without the comma.
What's inside Mr. Edgeworth?
Right now, nothing. I'm very hungry. Also, nothing is inside the safe. Either way. We only use them to store especially important evidence when a trial is in session.
That's it? Talk about squashing my hopes and dreams.
Even if there was something inside, I wouldn't have let you see it anyway.
Oh, man.
Secret safe data, jotted down in my organizer. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Okay. Now this is odd.
You hear about that guy who saw Dune 21 times so far, Mr. Edgeworth?
Focus, Gumshoe. This keypad.
People told him that he should get verified on Twitter, and he said, I'm not going to use that money. That money could be going towards Dune.
Well, he shouldn't use that money. No one should be playing for a blue checkmark. This keypad.
That's fair.
Don't you find it a bit too clean?
Gumshoe deletes his twat checkmark.
Yeah, there's a thick layer of dust all around it, but not on the keypad itself.
You there, the forensic scientist.
I hope I stop talking soon. This voice is not easy to do.
Is he not? Does he? How much does he follow around Edgeworth in this game? Is it like a Maya thing, or?
So, he is around Edgeworth. It depends on the case.
Okay, interesting.
Because there's other cases where he has other partners, but he's in it somewhat frequently. Luckily, I don't think he's really in. He's not in case 2, and I don't think he's in case 3 as much, because that's when your Maya gets introduced.
My Maya doesn't get introduced until case 3?
Yep, it's a weird game, pal.
Okay. I mean, Great Ace Attorney didn't introduce the prosecutor. Like, they didn't introduce a lot of elements till case 3, so.
Yeah.
Could you please dust this area for fingerprints?
Apollo Justice didn't introduce a good story until never. I'm kidding.
Apollo Justice introduced the good part of its story in the first case, and then abandoned it till the 4th case.
Hey, wanna watch this clip of a song again, pal?
No, I don't! Gumpson. Edgeworth would have hated that case.
Oh, yeah, the judge would be like, let's play the song again. And Edgeworth would be like, oh.
But then there was like fucking Clavier Gavin was just like, yeah, fuck it. Man.
Yeah, right.
Let's play
Claudia
it
doesn't
again."
care. I couldn't find. You couldn't find or lift a single print. Looks like it was wiped down well. Okay, so somebody was trying to get into the safe, but it appears that logic is the only way around this setback. Time to connect the dots.
Logic!
Logic. I'm glad these ones are just sitting in here. I assume they'll connect to something eventually. Or maybe they're part of this one, I don't know. Wiped fingerprints, another gun. I feel like it's the killer's goal. Like they were after something in the safe. So I guess this one and this one? Sounds right. I don't know, because this is like fingerprints, but I guess it connects more than another thing, so I'm going to do these two. I believe I have figured out what the murderer was after.
Yo, mama. Well, what is it, sir?
The fact that the safe was wiped clean of fingerprints suggests that the criminal had at least attempted to open my safe, making the culprit's motive for breaking and entering theft, I believe.
I figured that was self-explanatory.
I wonder...
I figured it out!
I wonder if
Okay.
knowing that the motive behind this break-in was theft changes what the other pieces of information... Yeah, I was gonna say, I figured out the theft part just from all the books knocked on the ground next to the body. I didn't need the safe. See, now... Okay, now I connect theft with signs of a struggle. Okay. There was an extra step that the game wanted me to figure out first. The possibility that the files splayed on the floor are not the result of a struggle between the victim and his killer. That's what I thought they were originally, but I think that...
Oh, you mean like it could be from when the killer tried to find something, sir?
Yes, exactly. Precisely. We need to figure out if any of the files have been stolen.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna shelve files like you've never seen before, even at the library. Even at a library.
Sure. Let's give that a try. It's time for the shelving minigame. I don't know.
Press the shelve button, sir.
Press the shelf.
Why do all the good ones always die young? Surely you must ponder that every once in a while, Mr. Edgeworth.
No matter how much we lament, the dead will not come back to life. All we can do is search for the truth.
Are you verified on Twitter?
No, I'm not paying for that. Why would I? You pay for that, don't you? That's why you're asking.
And so, what are we supposed to do? How do we go about finding the truth?
First, we calmly restore the files to their rightful place. Press the shelve button.
You got it. Here, let me help.
This...
So the file goes here, and that book goes there. Oh, sorry, I saw a funny video. Listen, Mr. Edgeworth, it had Jack Quaid in it, and I got excited.
Oh my
He's
God.
a charming young lad.
Get off
You
Twitter!
sure okay, you sure? Wait, fuck. You sure know a lot about where things go, despite it being Mr. Edgeworth's office. You two fucking? Because I'm the one who keeps it tidy, pal. Okay, done.
It would appear that the murder was definitely committed here.
Ugh, the bloodstains on the bookshelf are still fresh.
I suspect that the victim was killed in a standing position, hence the prints on the shelf.
Fingerprints.
Actually, there's whole handprints, but... okay.
Fingerprints.
Okay.
And then the guy fell on the floor, right? The blood on the floor is kind of grossing me out. Can we mop it up? No.
Detective, I don't have time to deal with your weak stomach right now. We can't mop it
Can we
up,
just,
it's
like-
part of the crime scene.
No, please. But you know I'm not so good with blood, sir.
You're not good with blood, and you're not good with guns. Why are you a detective?
Because I love you.
I'm certain there's
You make
something wrong with this picture.
You make every day worth it, pal. The victim's handprints.
He must have tried to support himself with his hands here after being shot.
There are prints on the floor, too. Fingerprints.
Those must have been made when, unable to stay standing, he dropped to the floor. Okay. Oh, wait. What is this? A bullet hole?
So this is where the bullet lodged itself after it went through the victim, huh?
For the bullet to be lodged so squarely in a file spine indicates that the files were ransacked after the shooting had occurred.
Then I guess the victim was moved because he was in the killer's way.
Precisely. So, no, I didn't. I was trying to... So, is that deduce? Deduce? Is that where I deduce? Is this
No,
spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold? The contradiction. It could be connected to the gun.
Seduce.
Eureka! This is clearly where the contradiction lies.
I don't really see what's so wrong with this spot.
Ha! You don't understand? You see, therein lies the contradiction.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, it'd be nice if you would just admit when you're wrong.
That wasn't a mistake! That was me keeping you on your toes, detective. Okay, alright. Let's look at the evidence again.
Who the fuck is Mr. Chuckles?
Yeah, okay. Why were the fingerprints white off that, but not off of the shelf? The finger. Oh, let me look at this to make sure there's no contradiction. The bullet went cleanly through the victim's abdomen, which suggests he was already bent over when the... Okay.
You swing, Mr. Edgeworth?
So I'm thinking it's either the blood stains and the safe, because the fingerprints didn't get wiped, or the bullet hole and the... Stop examining it! The bullet hole and the, this crime scene photo, because why would the bullet have gone through his abdomen if he was crouched? Those both, I'm very unconfident in both of those guesses, but...
Eureka!
Eureka. Maybe. Let's see. Eureka! There is clearly
the
a
hell went
contradiction
away?
here with this bullet hole.
We did it, Mr. Edgeworth.
You mean I did it?
What do you mean, sir? I wasn't on my phone checking Twitter.
You don't see. That's why I said I did it. Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, the hole should be much higher up.
But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir?
That would be illogical. The victim leaned against this shelf here after being shot, which
Your
suggests...
logic is ill as fuck.
Which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. Your logic is ill as fuck.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Then that means... Wait, what does that mean, sir?
It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mine, detective. In any
Ay,
case...
caramba! He's wearing... What if he was just wearing a Bart Simpson shirt? Eat my shorts, Mr. Edgeworth.
Did you scroll past a Bart Simpson meme on Twitter?
No, that one just came to me.
In any case, it means someone's made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole's position? The position of the body.
Oh, I thought of a...
Or-
I thought of a pun. When I get flamed for this tweet, this is a separate thought, but I need to run it by someone. I thought of this yesterday.
Yes.
So the director of the Zone of Interest, right? His name is Jonathan Glazer, and
Is
I thought
this a
about
glazing
tweeting,
joke?
man. Yeah, I was gonna be like, man, y'all are hyping up the director of the Zone of Interest so much. You'd be a couple of Jonathan Glazer. I don't know.
Gumshoe.
Okay, I'm gonna tweet it.
No. Gumshoe, stop!
Late, pal.
I think... See... I feel like it's trying to lead me the order of the files. Like, these ones on the bottom should be on top or something. Because I feel like the files are important. The Monokuma files! I believe the order of the files is a bit off.
The
Gumshoe.
order of operation.
Gumshoe, I know you're sending that tweet right now. Pay attention.
No, but it was so good.
It was mid! It was mid!
Who are you to say that, pal? You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the file are wrong, sir.
Oh!
It's like Knives Out. They're framing.
You didn't press the shelve button correctly.
Oh.
Why are the 0 files down below 1, 2, and 3?
What are those all doing way down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird.
That's what I'm saying, Gumshoe! The way they are organized now is the correct order. They are exactly as I see them in my mind's eye.
Did I spell Jonathan right?
The numbers are all out of order! The numbers are out of order, but the binders are arranged correctly. Those white
Oh, I put
binders
an
are
H in
special, so they are arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption as you just did, Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what
He's
we
just on
find.
his phone being oh, I put an H in it. Let me redo the tweet. This one's gonna do numbers. I knew it was weird.
They
Wait, no,
finished.
like,
They
I was about to
Gumshoe,
read that.
pick up the body and rearrange it. They finished processing the crime scene, so it's fine. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Chicanery. And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. He did it wrong. He then proceeded to shoot the victim.
But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time?
Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown into disarray twice. Once before and once after the crime. But why?
But how? But when?
Now the crime scene is as it was at the time of the murder. Time to give it another look. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my...
And
There
we
you are.
figured out that the killer went through your bookshelf twice.
Are
I'm
you-
paying attention?
You're
pal.
done with your tweet now?
Yeah, Spencer texted me saying he was sad that the tweet got deleted, and then I said I had to change the spell check. Okay, yeah, I read that one.
Indeed, there are many things the killer did that don't make sense. But to figure out the whys, we need more information. There must be some reason as to why the victim's body was moved. But there is no
We should
time...
make an SMP, Edgewood.
Gumshoe, what the hell is an SMP?
I'm glad you went.
Wait, never mind. I don't care. There is no time to ponder that now. Let us continue with our investigation, detective.
That's so perfect.
I realize the dialogue, sometimes the dialogue box just flows.
It's like after the fucking John Wilkes Booth stuff.
Yeah.
Haven't we had enough of this ridiculous line of questioning?
Roger that, sir. I'm raring to go. Who ordered the cream cheese pizza?
Okay, wait, what is this? There's writing on this one.
Stream cheese
This-
pizza.
What? Oh.
What is this? Why does it say gumshoe on there in blood?
I'd say it's some incredibly incriminating evidence.
Yes, indicative of criminal activity, indeed.
Oh, wait! There's gotta be some mistake!
Oh shit, is Gumshoe gonna be the one getting accused this time? That's fun. I like that.
Mr. Edgewood, sir! Help me! Say something, sir!
It appears that one of my files was stolen.
Dick! Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation?
Is
In
this,
this
what,
situation.
is this what the killer was really after? Yeah, I like that Gumshoe's name being on there is not as important as the file being missing. At least
My
to Edgewood.
daughter.
Investigation complete. Health restored.
I'm so miffed right now.
Looks like Jim was able to leave us the name of his killer in the end. And this most important message managed to reach us.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
You can't be terribly pleased to hear your beloved partner is the guilty party.
If you are going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope you have some proof to back it up.
Back up that ass. Jim's words.
Back it up
They're
now.
more than enough. Wouldn't you say?
If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. I've seen many names written in blood at crime scenes. They're almost never the actual killer.
You've got it.
I like this song. I don't like this one bit. There's something sus about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out.
And he's so cute.
He's mid. I like my men with a bit more meat on them.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you gonna do?
What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique.
Oh, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me? Like I'm stupid. Explain it to me, sir.
Maybe some other time. Mr. Portsman, if you are ready.
Oh, you don't have time. You could have just said so, sir. Yeah.
Mr. Portsman's logic.
Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him in the head.
It
him
wasn't
dead.
dead.
Oh,
It was,
fuck.
yeah, he got shot in the abdomen. A contradiction! Objection! You already made a contradiction. He was shot dead, not in the head, you fool.
Further, you messed up your files to make it look like you had committed. Wait, what? Further, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead.
This logic is so nonsensical, your voice actor is struggling to get through it.
That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in the front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. Ooh, yeah, kill him.
You
His logic is
intend to
flawless.
argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer? How cliché.
I can hear Jim's voice, and he's calling for his killer's arrest.
Humph. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portman? There is no
should I
way
say,
Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. He's too stupid. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence.
Can you buy me a gamer chair, sir?
No! Shut up!
What? I want one.
Okay, so
Detective
now
Gumshoe,
this is like
you
classic
stole-
Ace Attorney gameplay. Okay. So
Yeah, you know what to do.
Press. Hold it. You know, there's something I've been meaning to ask.
I'm not single. Oh, what is it?
Why do you call the victim Jim, when clearly his name is Body Chicaner?
Isn't that obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim? Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jam?
But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name.
Well, Jacques and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Besides, he was the third of a bunch of guys I decided to nickname Jim.
He talks about the victim like he was his pet. How many people has he forgotten the name of and decided to call Jim?
I do love my partner. It's just he's more like a pet to me. Further, you messed up the okay.
Do you really think it was necessary to dishevel my shelves twice to do that? And why would I go to all this effort to keep Gumshoe
That's
out
true.
of trouble?
Okay, then maybe his real intent was theft.
Hey, are you actually accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth?
It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much, it's getting a little too rough to handle.
What does everyone know about that? I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals a week, pal. Okay. So all 3 of them happen to be instant noodles. But
I like that you made it worse for him. It said every day, and you changed it to a week,
I know,
and then
I
the
just-
noodles get added on top of it. Poor Gumshoe. He eats.
I
Wait,
learned
you
that they even
wait, you
talk in
only
my-
eat 3 pairs of noodles a week? Maybe I do need to increase your pay a little bit. Like maybe like
Human
one
body can go 7 weeks.
like 1 noodle a day. It would be better.
The body can go 7 weeks without eating, pal. Which that means you just need to eat every 7 weeks. Hold it. Maybe 6 weeks if you want to be safe, but I don't know if I have that money.
Why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Move the body, I think that's what it said. Yeah.
Because the buddy chicanery was in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Anyway.
But what?
What? No!
This is stupid.
No! I'm moving on. I think that was good enough.
Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters?
Quercus alba. The body was covering. Body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something.
Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal.
There's a lot a person can understand about another from a first impression alone.
I can't say I disagree with him on that point. Gumshoe is stupid, but
Why don't you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective to be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the
he would-
bloody letters, and I
one
can
note,
prove it.
He would not say detail, he would say detail for sure.
I'm gonna detail you into the ground. That didn't make sense. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence.
I couldn't ask for a better setup. Gargalor, for the game-finishing spike.
No, he's
Oh,
a
he's an
he's a volleyball player.
I know. This guy gives total wing spiker energy. And it will be by his final words that you will be brought to justice.
Okay, wait. What is? I'm confused. Okay, so what is he actually? He's saying Gumshoe stole Jim's gun, shot him. Then he messed up the files after to look like it committed theft. Then he moved the body. Didn't notice the bloody letters. See, I don't think he could have because the stolen file's right in the middle of the bloody letters. So yeah, this is pretty self-explanatory, I think. Clearly, you are wrong. Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portsman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic.
Bringing a bit of the courtroom into this, I see. No problem, I'm game.
I can't help but find it odd.
Excuse me?
Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office.
What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. Ha ha ha.
If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file?
What? That's impossible.
What's impossible, Mr. Portsman?
Nothing?
The files on that shelf are all about a certain case. when the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner. I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spine.
Objection! It's impossible. They could have taken the file before committing the murder.
But the soundtrack in this one is like, I mean, Ace Attorney soundtracks are always good, but I feel like this one is like really like, I can tell. I feel like you said it's the same composer as Trials and Tribulations. I can kind of tell that it's like that person versus whatever people composed the first two. I don't know. Like, to me, the more recent you go in the series, the more memorable the soundtracks are. I think it's pretty obvious that the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters in the detective's name where the file should be is proof.
Yeah, I mean, the S is gone and there's only half an H.
If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, I highly doubt that even he could overlook his own name written in blood on the files. Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood! Oh my god, that reaction. Live Portsmouth reaction.
Which means, what exactly? What does that make this dying message?
It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. A lazy attempt to frame Gumshoe, frankly.
That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me! Gumshoe!
Not
gonna get him,
Gumshoe,
sir,
not
you'll
that show,
see.
not again.
I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time.
Well, Mr. Portsman,
Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Logic deserving of an Olympic gold.
I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed.
You're sus.
You're sus! I stole you in that opening cutscene.
Meh, meh, meh. You win some and you
God
lose
damn
some.
it.
That's how life goes.
Meh, 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 you say?
Portsman likes.
Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive.
Ah, but you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up. However...
What is it? What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal?
Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office?
Oh, this again?
That would be me.
Oh.
But Mr. Edgeworth just proved that I'm innocent, pal.
I mean, I didn't prove it exactly. But...
That's absolutely right. And I acknowledge your innocence.
Let me guess, you're going to pivot back to me instead. Stop waving your doctor's coat around and say what you have to say!
Well, I was thinking, did you know there is one other person with a key to this office?
One other person?
Who could it be? Hey, you there.
Yes, sir? What is it, sir?
Yes, sir, no, sir.
Yes, sir, no, sir.
Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady here for me?
A lady?
Bring her to me, bring her to me.
See, these songs are good. Like,
Bring her to me, it is time now. Yeah, and the second one has an even better soundtrack, if I recall correctly. The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness.
Security? Did you say security? No, stop it, pal, don't!
Is it Maggie? What's wrong with him all of a sudden?
Urgh.
I like these of a nose. I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon
okay.
Miss Maggie Bird, a member of security.
She's the blue guy.
This is you.
I can do her, yeah. Detective Gumshoe, sir.
Maggie!
Miss Bird is the security guard on watch tonight.
I see. And your point is?
My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in this building. All the office doors in this building.
What?
If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird.
How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room.
That's right. I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me. That's right, I did it.
Can we take that as a confession, Detective?
Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, then you'd have no problem with that, right?
Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need
This
for
is
such
not your
theatrics.
Spartacus moment.
Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. Jimone, that girl is really the only one who could have committed the crime. And for one simple reason. She's a woman.
What?
Only
What?
girls kill.
Objection.
What?
It's pretty obvious that Miss Maggie Bird snuck into the I just like the idea he calls her Maggie Bird.
Yeah. I like
Not
this.
Maggie Bird.
Maggie Bird. Yeah.
It's pretty obvious that Miss Maggie Bird snuck into your room using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door,
Jimone.
then that leaves Miss Maggie Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she?
Jimone.
Making all that more probable that she was the one who faked the dang message.
Jimone.
So you're saying she used the master key? Master key data. Jot it down in my organizer.
What is this, Zelda? Incredibly incriminating evidence, wouldn't you say? Me.
That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well.
Yes, but I mean it this time. That was then, this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. Ooh, it's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me.
I wonder if there was anyone else other than Miss Bird who could have used the master key.
Now, Edgeworth, can we talk more about your escapades on Epstein Island?
No, we're not talking about that right now. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. I'm the one pressing you, not the other way around.
It's pretty obvious that Miss Maggie Bird snuck into your room using the master key.
Hold it.
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key?
There's only one person on staff at this time of night, and tonight, she's it.
Jimone.
Isn't that right, Miss Maggie Bird?
That's, true. But I wasn't able to use the master key at the time of the crime, sir! Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean?
Yes, moving on. I'd hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated.
Jimone. What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what it is she has to say, pal.
But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time.
Should I hear Miss Bird out?
Hear me out.
Not so fast. I, too, am interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say.
Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? We don't need to hear her lies.
I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please. I discovered that the master key was missing at around 1 a.m., sir. What do you mean by missing? As in, it wasn't anywhere in the security booth, sir. The killer must have stolen it. Mr. Portsman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you?
Ugh, I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words. Hoo ha, Jimone.
I'm not lying, sir.
Objection! If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now.
I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir.
Ha! A likely story. And where is your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? Hoo, Jimone, I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again.
I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that.
Marry me.
With
What was that?
me,
Marry me. You like
hold on.
gumshoe.
With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it.
You stole my heart, pal. Yeah, trust me. Yeah, pal, trust me. You don't want to test just how bad her luck is.
I like that he's like, you stole my heart, and then he calls her pal. That's funny. Unfortunately, I can't
you're my
deem this
friend.
piece of testimony as conclusive.
Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. I always had a good feeling about you.
But. You still haven't established Maddie's motive. Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Maddie be Rabs.
A motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft?
Is he stupid? Jimone?
I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried to keep them safe.
Oh my God.
Maybe not tried to keep them safe. Uh-oh, hot dog. I can't be a voice
Hot
actor,
dog!
I can't
Ba-da-da-ba, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-da-ba. It is
want
as
the
Mr.
cliche.
Portman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points towards a motive of theft. But I'm done taking
theft.
blows. It's time to counterattack with a few facts of my own. Her intent.
Her intent? From the messed up shelves up to the wiped down safe, I'd say thievery.
Jimone?
It's pretty obvious that Miss Burt.
Wait,
her
that
intent?
all of that was just one press? Jesus. I concur that the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery. However,
Glad to hear. Sorry, I was checking to see if anyone else was streaming this game yet. It's still just us. Glad to hear that the great Miles Edgeworth is in agreement with little old me. Oh, Jimone!
however, with regard to the investigation of the bookshelves and however, I'm just gonna start saying that
Echo.
whenever you take too long. However,
Hey, good thinking. Asking my
Jimone,
asking for my opinion on the matter. I love interrupting mid-sentence to do that.
would it
It's
be
so
too
fun.
much for you to finish a full sentence without going, Chimone? Or whatever the hell that is.
I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door.
Who that Jimone? Who that?
I thought we had established Detective Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly.
It was just a theory, a game theory. Thanks for watching. One hypothesis among many possibilities. Oh? Sorry, I lagged for a second. That one's on you. I mean, I had mad doubts about Miss Maggie Bird from the very beginning.
If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first? You're clearly grasping.
Don't make that face. You're too cute for it. There go. Okay, let's pick up the pace and see if we can't catch up to it.
I don't think you're catching my drift.
Are we drift compatible? But we are in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? Whew. If so, then I hope you'll understand when I say. Yeah. That since she is the only one who could have opened your office door, Jimone.
Edward's just like sitting there, his eyes twitching as this guy like
He's Kubrick staring.
spends so long talking, and Edward's just like, get to the point.
Jimone. Then
Shimon.
that leaves only Miss Maggie-Bird as our prime suspect. Jimone.
Don't you think it's a bit early to be jumping to conclusions?
Are you saying there's another way to open the door other than with master key? Oh, Jimone! Jimone! Oh, I get it. Perhaps you had a spare made for something else. Oh?
I'll have you know, I've never made a spare, so what are you insinuating? You're just grasping at straws, accusing everyone.
Nothing. Guess I should have known better than to suggest that someone like you would kill the spare. On top of which she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Jimone!
Is there anyone in this district who hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe?
Good point. He's practically a celebrity among prosecutors. The lowest pay in the precinct. Really? I never knew I was so talked about, sir. We're holding our collective breath, you know. For when you screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the force. Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth?
Of course not. That's hogwash.
That's the school from Harry Potter. Whew, don't scare me like that. I
Not
almost had a heart attack
Hogwarts.
there. Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
By dying message, you mean the bloody letters that spit out Gumshoe?
I put Detective Gumshoe in my Nintendo DS cartridge and he bled it. I figured
What?
that whoever wrote... It's like a creepypasta joke.
Oh, the cartridge slot started bleeding hyper-realistic blood. Okay, yeah, I get it.
Gumshoe had hyper-realistic blood on it. I figured that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him, Ben drowned. And just the act of choosing his name is proof that the two knew he He did it twice! Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and bring in some evidence.
I would love to, but first we should listen a bit more and digest what he is saying. Okay, we've pressed every statement at this point, though, so I think it actually is time to present evidence, hopefully.
Well, because did the second one change after we asked for more from Maggie?
Oh, maybe, hold on. Pretty obvious that Mr. Bird snuck into your room. Her intent.
Her intent?
Must have shows.
Such money.
No, I don't think it changed at all. I haven't examined the master key yet. Hold on. It's the master key to every office in the building. Great dialogue, totally helpful. Is there anything else, or is it just it's the master key to every office in the building?
I don't care who you send. I'm not watching the Percy Jackson series on Disney Plus.
I've seen some of it. It's fine. It definitely looks like a Disney Plus show. You know what I mean? Like visually.
Yes, it's not shot well.
Yeah. Well, and it's just like clearly like, you know, they obviously used the volume or whatever that tech that Disney has that's called, that where just don't shoot on location ever. Okay. Right. Dun, dun. And that leaves only Mr. Bird. Detective Gumshoe.
Mr. Bird.
Content from the messed up shelves to the wiped. Okay, this statement has so many details that I feel like there's a contradiction somewhere. Messed up shelf to the wiped down safe. Okay, yeah, wait a minute. She shouldn't have even known about the safe if she's not a prosecutor. There we go. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something?
Why not? It's the truth after all. Dr. Money.
I like that if I click forward, like, before he's done talking, it'll play the animations, like, sped up, I think. Like, it'll just do all the
It was also by your logic that we came to the whole thievery conclusion anyway.
That may be, but you must be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe.
It's a secret to everyone.
The existence of which is only privy to prosecutor. This is the full
His mouth falls on the ground.
I find it a little hard to believe that a hidden safe was a part of her cunning plan.
But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything upside down.
I highly doubt that. I'd say that the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted.
Shimone?
Yeah, even I didn't know about that safe, pal. I didn't even get Interstellar, and that means no way Maggie could have known about it either.
Then are you proposing? You're proposing to Maggie Bird that the killer is a prosecutor?
Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more probable. And you know who in this room besides me is a prosecutor? What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now?
Curses! What made you?
What's with the angry face all of a sudden?
It's all my fault.
What do you mean?
It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes.
What did you just say?
We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes.
Then that means you like Jim more than Edgeworth likes me.
Yeah,
I mean, you do know about the secret safes now.
No, but you just told me about them. I had only... wait, no, fuck. It's me now.
I had only just told him too. Obviously, it was wrong of me to tell him.
Dinkelberg.
I still can't quite believe it.
It does sound.
But the thief
For-
thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. His
Now,
voice is based on it's based on, there's a level, oh, you're gonna groan, but I don't care. There's a level in There's a
Okay,
level
go
in
ahead.
Psychonauts where you're a giant kaiju in a world of tiny people who all look like kaijus. And at one point, if you step on like a building or something, that one of them just goes, "My chai tea." I just think it's funny. Like they all talk like this pretty much.
I was gonna say to me it was sounding like at some points it sounded like Skipper from the Penguins, but then
Rico?
but then it also sounds like Zap Brannigan from Futurama.
Zap Brannigan's a Shatner though. I think that's
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
He would have been played by Phil Hartman had Phil Hartman not died.
Wait, which Psychonauts is this? Is this the first one?
First one.
Because that sounds like a second game thing. Every time
It's in Lungfishopolis.
Okay. Now he's claiming that the victim was the thief.
And you were simply trying to stop, weren't you?
He's really Jonathan Glazing this situation to make it look like it's not him.
Good joke.
I've been
Dude,
holding on to that one for a while. It only got 1 like.
It was Spencer.
Yeah, I was gonna
really
say, of
thought
course
like,
it was Spencer. I
Such a
told
good
you it was
tweet.
mid, but you didn't listen.
And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird.
Excuse me?
You haven't talked in a while.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a security
Her
guard.
and
right?
Gumshoe are both
And
just kind of here.
That's your job? I'm thankful. The Gumshoe voice is
Yeah,
killing
right,
me.
right.
But killing is going a bit too far, even in your risky profession. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim, who had probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was self-defense, wasn't it? Ugh.
No! I couldn't... I could never
it
do
wasn't
something like that.
self-defense.
No,
It was-
no, I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir.
Plus, even if he was the thief, he wouldn't have had a key to this office. Which is precisely why he had to steal it, wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key.
It's funny because I feel like this guy is just digging a hole for himself. Like, every accusation he throws out pivots back to him somehow. Like, ah!
Pretty impossible for a supposedly stolen key to be here with us. Unless... Well, unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him.
Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief?
I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything to make sense.
Has he no honor?
Honor. Uncle. Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. No man. Would you people be so kind as to see yourselves out?
We were the ones assigned to this case. You just showed up here.
You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. But I'm the one who's been assigned to this case.
Gumshoe, I thought we were assigned to this case. What?
No, you never were. You're all
Then
suspects
why were
to
you
varying
here?
degrees. Because you were unsafe. You're all suspects to varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show. Jimone.
I guess he has a point there.
Honestly, is Maggie Bird even worth it? Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit.
Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself.
but sir!
We have no choice but to accommodate his request. For now.
I love her. Haha, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth.
However.
At least one of you understands. Jimone. Sorry, wait, I was looking. Now then, if you could remove yourself
However.
from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Woo, Jimone.
Mark my words, Mr. Portsman, we will meet again.
If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. My chai tea! Hoo-ha, Jimone! Now don't disappoint me, you hear? I like doing his voice. It's fun.
To be continued. Dang. I was starting.
You want it done?
Yeah, well, I was starting to think the whole case would take place in Edgeworth's office, and I just figured it out, like, that quickly. But no, there's more.
Invincible came out 3 years ago today.
Okay, how far are they into part 2 of season 2 at this point? Has
Well,
it
we've
come
now
back
gotten
yet?
2 new episodes. There's 6 out of 8 of episodes of season 2 have come out.
Wow. Awesome.
pretty great though.
March 14th, 4:18 a.m. Prosecutor's Building, 12th floor hallway.
What is this? What is with that prosecutor? I can't believe how rude he was. He was unbelievable.
Please maintain your professionalism, detective.
I'm gonna find some real solid evidence proving Maggie's innocent. You block the screen, pal. You'll
Wait,
see, sir.
What did I do?
Oh no, you
Oh.
hovering over the thing just blocked the word.
Oh,
You'll
oh,
see,
okay.
sir. It's not a big deal.
But we've been kicked out of the crime scene, sir.
It's true. So, then, what now?
Looks like my life's fallen into yet another gigantic ditch. Oh boy, now I have to get used to having two characters. Oh boy. Do not despair, Miss Bird. We can overcome this as well.
Despair?
Just shut up! Monokuma. There are many other places and things we should be looking into anyway.
Eh? Really, sir?
This case doesn't just take place in one room.
I thought we were done.
For example, this hallway. The linchpin of his argument against Miss Bird is related to the master key. In that case, this hallway is the perfect place to look for more information regarding the mystery surrounding my door.
The door mystery.
Prosecutor's Building, 12th floor hallway. Alright, more exploring.
Bye, Maggie.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. He says that every time we zoom into something, doesn't he? I don't see any signs of forced entry. And according to the guard, no signs that the lock was picked either. Meaning that the door really was opened with a key.
Called it the Gyard.
The what?
The Gyard.
The Gyard? The Gyard? Oh!
That god has a Gyard. It's Gyard.
Did you happen to ask if any prints were lifted from the doorknob?
No
Gum.
fingerprints. Apparently the doorknob's clean as a whistle. Wipes they did.
Whoever this thief is, they did a good job of not leaving any clues behind. 1202, 1216. These 4 numbers on a number plate alone proclaim this to be my office.
Oops, hey, those number plates slide right out, sir.
Well, stop fiddling with that! They
I
have to
can't
be able to
stop,
take
it's
the
too
plate
fun.
off when a room becomes vacant, you know.
Can
Although...
I get a Roomba? Mr. Edgeworth, can you give me a Roomba?
No! The idea that it can be so easily removed is kind of... 1216, one after Magna Carta, as if I could...
As if you
Did
could ever
somebody
make such a
swap
mistake.
numbers? Is that what's gonna
You
happen?
switch the samples.
It's interesting we still have these logic things. Just these two, I guess? Yeah,
Logic.
they're not... I don't need them yet, but it's interesting.
They're just there to confuse you, pal.
What are your thoughts on incest, Paul? Do you think it deserves a more mainstream appeal?
Shut up, stop it, stop.
Who the fuck starts
Stop
a
this.
conversation like that?
Stop this joke. I was wondering if I may speak with you for a bit concerning this case, and not the Epstein logs or... I've always been a big fan of the courtroom, but this is like a dream. A dream where I'm being
Dream?
cross-examined by the Miles Edgeworth. Dream! I can't let this chance pass me by. I must remember to ask her about the master key. I should jog her memory by showing my notes to her through the present button.
Mr. Edgeworth,
So,
why is
just
she
present
looking
her
at
the
you like
master
that?
key. So when did you
She's
just...
beautiful, Mr. Edgeworth.
She's...
Who? The girl reading this.
So when did you discover that the master key was missing? By the time I realized it, I think it was around 1 a.m., sir. It's when there's 2 characters. I see now why you pause so many times. There's when it's 2 characters and they swap. And this game doesn't
You love talking to yourself as old bag.
Uh-huh. This game doesn't swap the portraits as often either, so you have to, like... And I noticed it was back at around 2:30 a.m. It was just sitting there on the ledge where the security room's reception window is. But I'm sure that between those 2 times it was not just gone, but stolen, sir. Ma-
Peter? How many-
This key went missing from approximately 1 a.m. until 2:30. I like the shing, and it goes into the little logic. I like that visual. Why is such an important key stored in such an insecure place? It's not like that, sir. We always keep the key further inside the room, away from the window. Always, you say? Except for this time, correct? Well, I admit that it was a bit careless, but I had my reasons. I left it out because I was sort of using it at the time. It was after I had used it that I left it sitting out. She used the master key? Used the master key. What do you mean by you used the master key? Oh, I had to
get out of LA.
I had to use
That
it.
was a Marriage Story reference.
Yeah, I'm like, what? This is a. What reference are we doing? Oh, I had to use it to open the door for this prosecutor who had forgotten his key. I mean, it's my job as a security guard, right?
I don't know.
What is it? That's right, I just remembered. The prosecutor who forgot his key. It was Mr. Portsman, sir.
Oh my god.
What? Please tell me more,
Oh,
Miss
God.
Bird. You what?
Maggie Bird is so stupid.
She'd make a great pair with you, Gumshoe. You're both equally stupid. It was around 12 a.m. Mr. Portsman had forgotten his office key, so he came down to security, sir. And that's when you loaned the master key to him. No way! It's against regulations to loan the master key out to anyone. I walked with Mr. Portsman to his office and opened the door for him personally, sir. I see. Gumshoe?
And then? What happened after that?
Well, he called for me to come close up to his office as he was leaving to go home. That was around 1:30 a.m., I think. So, in summary, for the sake of one forgetful prosecutor, you used the master key twice tonight.
I don't believe. Talk about suspicious.
I doubt you can say that you've never left your keys at home, Detective. I think this calls for a thorough examination of Mr. Portman's door. Oh my god, he swapped the labels so she'd unlock Edgeworth's door. Yeah, okay.
You switched the samples.
12:16! One after Magna Carta,
Professor.
as if I could forget. Have you ever met the victim before? Well, I've seen him a couple of times before when I had to go to Mr. Portsman's office. Mr. Chicanery was always playing basketball with Mr. Portman, sir.
That sounds like
You don't
fun.
have an excuse
Just
this
one-
time. He appeared on screen.
I'm sorry, pal. I'm sending a funny meme in music. Or I'm sending a picture. I'm sending a gif of a dog twerking.
No! No!
Just that sounds like fun. Just once I'd have loved to play with them.
Sorry, I'm playing Mario Kart. It sounds fun, but the only person ever taking a shot was Mr. Portsman. All Mr. Chicanery ever did was pass him the ball, sir.
On second thought, I think I'd have. I think I have. Oh, on second thought, I don't think I'd have fit in all that well with them.
Maggie Bird. Miss Maggie Bird, correct. I take it that you are an acquaintance of the detective.
She was under my supervision back when she was studying spiders in the Amazon. Right before she died. One day she got caught up in a murder and things started to go downhill, so she quit.
But I owe a lot to Detective Gumshoe for introducing me to my current employer. Or so I thought until a few hours ago. Right before I was about to clock out for the night. You got caught up in this whirlwind of a case, correct? Don't worry. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures.
And we haven't seen these two since like 2010, but I hope they're both doing alright.
Gumshoe and Maggie? Yeah, real.
Yeah, especially Gumshoe. Where the fuck is he, bro?
Yeah, it's crazy that he hasn't been in a game since, I guess, Investigations 2?
To be fair, we haven't gotten a new Ace Attorney since 2017, but Twitter recently tweeted
True.
something that made everyone go, ooh.
It's crazy they haven't announced another one yet. I don't know.
Oh, never mind.
What?
The thing that everyone thought was an announcement for a new game, they had to then clarify wasn't. No! Oh, it was a fucking art book!
Is it like a whole
Sorry for the-
series art book?
No, it seems like the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney trilogy book club last off.
Oh, it's just something related to the Apollo Justice trilogy. I've heard the Apollo Justice trilogy actually has a lot of like extra cool content like that in it. Like more than the original trilogy did.
Dude, the fucking Twitter had to apologize to me, like, we're sorry for the confusion. My cords of steel were apparently not loud enough to reach you all. Hope I have. So of course I had to try again. No!
Rip.
The LGBT community has forgiven Apollo Justice.
Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. Wait, what? I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and now I even managed to be named a criminal just when I've become a security guard. That's a lot to go through in one lifetime. I know! And just when I thought I'd finally found my happiness, I'll wind up getting you and Detective Gumshoe involved in my bad luck. You don't need to worry about me, Miss Bird, nor do you need to worry about yourself. I will solve this case and prove your innocence. All I ask for in return is your cooperation. Yes, sir, Mr. Edgeworth. You can count on me. I'll do all I can to help. Alright, that's everything from her.
Present your badge.
Fine. That's a prosecutor's badge, isn't it? It proves that you're really a prosecutor. Interesting. Despite all appearances, she seems to know more than Gumshoe. With that badge, even I could be a professional prosecutor. What if she came back in like Ace Attorney 7 as a prosecutor? Wouldn't that be great?
Like a no-nonsense rival.
Yeah, she's like
she's even better than me.
Sir, may I please try that on? Just for a little bit? I don't think that
Right,
would
she's
be
gotten several innocent people the death penalty.
I don't think that would be a very good idea, do you? I guess not. On second thought, they're actually on the same level. I guess, technically. I like Maggie's new outfit. The blue badger shirt. Fun. What is a basketball doing here? Gumshoe, what is a basketball doing here?
I don't care. That's Mr. Portman's prized possession, son. I heard he also plays soccer, dodgeball, and even tennis.
And not a single one of those sports is suitable to be played in a hallway.
You'd be surprised.
Was that Payne over there on the right side? I'm gonna talk to him in a second. I won't. Okay, don't. It's just that. Okay. Room 1203. I take it that this is Mr. Portman's office? I like that his office is right next to Edgeworth's, and yet he's, like, not interacting with him at all. Yeah, you can't mistake it because of that basketball hoop, sir. Oh, that reminds me. Mr. Portsman had actually wanted room 1202 really badly. But since you were already occupying it, Mr. Edgeworth, we put him next door, sir. So why was Mr. Portsman so particular about getting room 1202? I'm not sure, but I bet it's because of something like his birthday is December 2nd?
Yup, that's gotta be it. I can't think of another reason why.
I can think of at least 3. Ugh, Why am I even wasting
Name
time
them.
thinking about this?
Name them. Give me the 3 reasons.
That
Number 1.
that he wants to be me really badly, or
Number 2.
that he wanted something that was inside my office or the office.
Number 3.
Cheese whiz. This is an improv game.
Oh, that's random is funny. Random is funny.
The door is locked tight.
Holy shit. Shrek. Ooh, Shrek. Ooh, Chungus.
Shut up.
I bet the old bad credit card trick wouldn't work here, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
This is the office of a high prosecutor, detective. These doors would be pretty ineffective if the average cat burglar could get through them.
A bad credit
A
card.
cat credit card.
A cat credit card. So I guess only a great cat burglar could get in. That must be what culprit is. Catwoman.
Might I advise you to return that conclusion to whatever pawn shop you bought it from? That's a pretty good comment. Did I already click this? I did, right? Yeah, no, this is the... Name at least
The whole
3.
list,
Yeah.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Anything else? A minimalist, yet classy door made of top-quality wood.
It's kind of majestic too. Fits in really well with the ambience of the prosecutor's offices. Even Mr. Portsman seems dignified just because he works behind one of these.
Nonsense.
My door is made of straw.
Nonsense. A man doesn't become more or less dignified because of where he works.
Well, he seems more dignified than Mr. Payne.
Mr. Payne. I suppose custodial work can also be dignified.
Does he not know who Payne is?
Yeah, no, he's saying it's like baby prosecutor work. I'm guessing. Speaking of Mr. Payne. Yeah, looks like you're in quite the pinch, Mr. Edgeworth. To be sure, a murder within the walls of the prosecutor's office is no trifling matter. We must find, apprehend, and punish the killer accordingly post-haste. Sounds like a messy case you've got on your hands.
Just die on stream. I'm the streamer now.
I don't know. Yes, apparently.
Payne got me like.
The pain got me like, ugh, oh! Just like choked, gagged on nothing. I think it's time to drink some water. Ugh. Yeah, if you ever feel lost or need some advice, my door's always open. How gracious. I will keep your offer in mind. Who is this guy again? So he doesn't know who Payne is.
Yeah, I think he just thought Payne was the janitor.
I also like that when I talked to him, it didn't say his name was Payne. It just said prosecutor at the bottom, and there was no portrait. Is everything all right? Yes, sir. If you must know, I weighed myself this morning, and I'm finally at 154 pounds. Congratulations, but I was asking about this hallway in this room. Oh, yeah, everything's okay, sir. A word of advice, stay focused, or you may start to lose even more weight. What? Was he just threatening him? What those? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. What's this? It's...
What's this? Something in the air.
What's this? What's this? Gumshoe, what's this?
Oh, isn't that, the missing O series file, sir? Sir?
It's the 0 series file, Gumshoe. The bloody letters mark it as clear as day. There seem to be a few pages missing. Our thief took only what was necessary and left the rest behind.
So, what are these 0 files about, sir? I guess they got something worth stealing in them, huh?
Not
I'm
particularly. It's just a collection of court case files. However, the cases within these files are not mine.
Huh?
They
don't make no
belonged
sense.
to the High Prosecutor that used to occupy my current office. I have my
Why would the
reasons.
prosecutor smoke weed?
What? The High
You said he was
Prosecutor
the
is the
High-
one in charge, Gumshoe. I have my reasons, but let's just say I
Wait,
was.
why is he gonna be in charge? Wouldn't his judgment be impaired?
He wasn't high. It also wasn't a he. I think it was Lana,
Oh, so then
right?
wait, the high prosecutor wasn't in. Wait, so but you said he wasn't. You said he wasn't.
The thief wanted the file for a specific reason.
That must okay.
Only the pages related to that case from 10 years ago are missing.
I wonder why anyone would care about such an old case.
Huh. Okay. So if those were in the old High Prosecutor's office, then that's definitely, like, why the guy wanted room 1202.
Hey, Edgeworth. Hey, Edgeworth.
What?
We're just singing a song about you, pal.
Oh, okay.
Talk about a luxury waiting area. These babies are also great for napping, you know.
You would sleep even out here, Detective? Even in a hallway?
Whenever I do, I always wind up dreaming about giving testimony up on the stand. But it always ends the same way. Me getting trounced by a lawyer. Isn't that awful?
Maybe I should
Well, like,
give it
isn't that awful?
maybe I should give it a try sometime. To envision myself winning, naturally. And maybe Gumshoe should shut up and let me figure out what's going on. Is there really
Sorry.
nothing? I'm surprised this didn't put anything new in my evidence log. Oh wait, did it? Oh yeah, okay, there is a file right here. Pages pertaining to a case tried 10 years ago by my prosecutor are missing. Okay, cool. I'm gonna hold
She's
on.
beautiful.
No, I'll do that later. I've already figured out how I should reconfigure the keybinds. Because in Great Ace Attorney, Z was back, and I keep wanting to press Z to go back. So I'm gonna map the DSB button to Z. I wasn't sure how to map any of the face buttons on the emulator, just because this game's doesn't really use them. Stop showing me this Steam notification. I need to unadd it. Let's try presenting her the file. I'm just a lowly security guard, so I'm not sure what I should do with that other than to guard it. I like that it's the same Gumshoe dialogue, but instead it's just guarding. It's like talking to another Gumshoe. Okay, alright. So now what?
We can kiss. Yes, sorry.
Maybe he'll have something to say about this? Okay. I'm not wondering what to do other than arrest him. Oh my god, stop pressing that button. I'm definitely changing those keybinds. I was wondering about the investigation.
Oh, I've been waiting for this. Let's let a real seasoned pro teach you how it's done.
A real seasoned pro of instant noodle cuisine, perhaps.
You know how you can always check out the really important spots in more detail, right?
Yes.
And if the area is too big, you can always use the arrow buttons at the bottom, right? Oh,
Okay,
but
this is still
don't
just
worry.
like tutorial text. I know all of this.
Try deduction.
Did it give me a deduction option when I was looking at the doors? I don't know. Hold on, let me check.
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm
You
pretty
don't
sure
use
I
logic.
know all of this, detective.
Use logic then.
Oh yeah, there's also the logic. Hold on. All I wanted was an update about the investigation. I like these tutorial texts from Gumshoe that Edgeworth doesn't want to hear.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh yeah, there are new ones. Hold on. Files in disarray. The handgun? I don't know. was used to unlock and lock Portsman's office between 12 and 1:30, and then afterward the key got stolen.
Fuck it.
I don't know. Just connect them.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, Miss Bird, I'm afraid there is a flaw in your story. Oh yeah, the times are a little inconsistent between the two. I mean, they were very general times, but... What? No way, pal. I mean, sir. You said that you locked up Mr. Portsman's office at around 1:30 a.m., correct? However, the master key had already been stolen at that time. Wow! Nothing gets by you, Mr. Edgeworth. You saw that contradiction like a pro. I had totally forgot all about that, but thanks to you, I remember it now. You're right. It was around that very time that I realized the key was missing. And? Well, I'm a security guard, sir. I couldn't just admit to losing the master key, could I? So I...
This is the Susato voice.
You're right. There's not that many
Sato.
there's not that many women, there's not that many female voices in my repertoire, to be fair. So
Susato.
I pretended to lock up his room, sir. You pretended? Yeah, I used my house key and made it look like I was locking up, sir. So in actuality, you never did relock the door then? Well, I thought that maybe I could go lock it after I found the key. Come to think of it, I guess the door still hasn't been locked. So Edgeworth's door's just been unlocked the whole time. Because I'm assuming she actually unlocked Edgeworth's door and not this guy's. Let me check and find out. The door is locked tight. Yeah. Why is his door locked? Okay, deduce. There's a contradiction here. Eureka! There's a contradiction here between reality and the evidence. If what Miss Bird has said is true, then why is this door locked?
Huh? You know, you're right.
Miss Bird, are you sure you didn't relock this door? I'm certain of it, sir. And I don't think Mr. Portsman noticed it himself that that I hadn't.
Which means fucker. Which means my turn. What, sir?
You're so desperate to not do
It hurts.
But I also
It really
feel like
hurts,
it's like,
pal.
I like the idea that every time someone talks to Gumshoe, they have to re-get his attention. It either
Oh,
means
what?
that he actually does have the key to his office, or that the door Miss Bird opened wasn't this one at all, but a completely different
It's like
one.
getting distracted by like a butterfly.
Yeah.
Oh, pretty.
Oh,
Well,
ooh,
since
ooh.
she opened a different door, how can you prove that?
There's an easy way to find out. All we need to do is, we need to examine
the-
these.
I gotta get better at doing voices like that with effortlessly. So this will be good practice.
Prints on the master key, prints on the doorknob, prints on the number plate. I feel like it could be either of these.
Gargalord.
I mean, the number plate, because they swapped them, is what I'm thinking. But the doorknob would also
switched the
probably get
samples.
different. Well, no, because I guess everybody's prints would be on Edgeworth's door, so that doesn't... The prints on the number plate, they will tell us all that we need to know. Everything? Really? Like what, sir? Like, well, for example, no, it wasn't the number plate, apparently. I guess it was the prints on the door. Well, we know for sure that Detective Gumshoe's dinner will only consist of instant noodles.
Nothing a fly bit me. Ooh, that was amazing.
Did a
sir.
fly just
How did
bite
you know that?
Gumshoe?
Nothing a fly bit me.
Was that supposed to be a joke to cheer me up, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, that's it.
What does that mean, Gumshoe?
Now then, we should get back to doing what we need to do, and that is... Okay, so I guess we're examining the prints on the door. I'm thinking ahead again. I'm like, oh, the number plate. Swap the numbers. Just like in Better Call Saul. The prints on the doorknob will tell us everything.
Hey, you. Yeah, you, pal. Do us a favor and see what you can lift from this, okay?
Is he talking to the player?
No, he's talking to
Okay.
the forensic guy. I like that the forensic fingerprint minigame from the 5th case of the first game is just not in this game, seemingly. Even though you could very easily be. It's like there's just a guy who does it for us. There's no need for such belligerent nostril flaring, Detective. Sir, I have found only Mr. Portsman and Miss Faith's prints on this doorknob. So only two people's... Mr. Portsman and Mr. I guess they're both men. So only two people's prints were found on this, huh? That's pretty decisive.
Monsieur, huh? I'm lost, sir.
I could have guessed that. Thinking logically, a certain other person's print should be on this knob as well. Now then, whose print should also be on this door?
Robert Pattinson had sex on top of the Batmobile, and it made Matt Reeves mad.
Is this real? Is this a real? What are you talking? Is this a real information?
Wait, Maggie Bird is my age? Wait, like my age?
Okay.
Gumshoe.
So many of the characters in Ace Attorney. 32. It's a little old.
That's
for
weird.
her.
That's
little,
weird.
Little old
That's
for it.
weird.
A little old Gumshoe.
Wait,
That's
half your age plus 7.
It's literally exactly the age gap between them.
Oh,
16 plus
my
7
God.
is 23. Gumshoe's
No, it's
just
half of 30.
half of 32 is 16.
Oh, yeah,
and
she's
16
just-
plus 7 is
yeah, plus
27.
7.
They're,
Oh
he's
my
like
God,
he's
Jesus.
skirting right on the line. He is skirting right on the line. Especially
But that
because
means,
especially because I feel like they were both like she was younger when she was introduced, right? Like
Yeah, this is post Trials and Tribulations.
Yeah.
She was like 21 when she was introduced.
I'm trying to
But also,
I barely remember Gumshoe and
by
Maggie's
flip.
thing.
Maggie, I'm your age, bro.
Maggie, what? How old is Gumshoe at this point? Because wasn't Gumshoe...
32, bro.
Gumshoe's not 32. Or, Edgeworth. How old is Edgeworth at this point? I'm really bad with the names right now. It doesn't
20
say on here.
I'm
But
gonna say 27 or 26.
Yeah, because like
He's Phoenix's age.
in the first game, he's 23, isn't he? Like him and Phoenix are both.
Yeah, 23 or 24.
Anyway,
Take that.
I do
Maggie
like reading everybody's profiles and looking at their ages in these games a lot of times. It's kind of interesting. I feel like everyone is younger than you expect them to be in Ace Attorney.
Unfortunately.
Don't you find it odd
You, bro.
that the prince of the person who unlocked this door are absent? Don't you? It's me, bro. It's you, bro. Me.
You mean? You got mad at that, bro.
Yes, the door that Miss Bird opened could not have been this one, but a different one.
That was
It took
weird.
us so long to figure that information out. What have we here? Well. I won't rest until I've investigated every suspicious... What is this? Oh, this is the arrow. Okay.
Mama.
They
took my hair,
Mama,
Mama.
they took my hair. What is this? What is this?
Looks like a scrap of paper. I'll get it, sorry.
Miss Phoenix.
Let's see. Oh, there's something written on it.
My throat hurts, bro. But I need to commit to it.
It looks like a note from the victim.
Yeah, and it's for Mr. Portsman.
I brought the 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone, but it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later. Body.
He killed him for that? No, probably not.
Room... Okay, this is the same dialogue. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be. So I think that's just that. I don't think there's any... Wait, the basketball hoop's been slightly moved.
He
What's
was falling,
this?
sir.
What's this? What's this? What's this?
I was checking stream chat this time, so it was relevant. What are you looking
You
at?
don't need
sir?
to check
Okay.
stream chat. I have stream chat on my phone.
How about a game? Let me help, sir.
That's okay, detective. I don't need you to check stream chat. I just found the position of this hoop to be a little off.
Edgeworth would say it to Gumshoe. I already have.
Then what do I do, sir?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Hey, you're right, sir. I guess it shifted with the balance of power.
when someone made a seriously sweet
The
slam
hierarchy of power is about to
dunk in the
change.
prosecutor's office is about to change.
The positioning of the hoop is definitely unnatural. I better take a note of this.
They offered me a chance to be in Shazam 2, and I turned it down. I said I only play in the big leagues.
Okay, this is Edgeworth's Black Adam, though. The spin-off where he's the main character.
The spin-off Black Adam was never even in a movie.
Yeah, no, it's like Black. The Rock. The Rock said, "No, I'm only doing the spin-off where I'm the main character, not the one where I'm the."
One of the most telling things about The Rock was that fucking clip where someone was like, "Hey, you know, they're making a new James Bond. Maybe you could be the next great Bond villain, huh?" And he goes, "Bond villain? You're looking at the next James Bond." And it's like, he just can't see a world in which he's not the coolest secret agent hero guy. Like, you're not James Bond, bro.
Oh my god.
It's just like, it told me everything I need to know about him.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh god, a Bond villain is such a meaty role, bro. That's
Yeah,
something, like,
right?
Some of our greatest actors.
A
have-
Bond villain still requires more acting from The
Christoph
Rock than
Waltz,
almost any
Javier Bardem.
role he's ever played.
Fucking Mads Mikkelsen. Like, those are some, like, juicy, great actors. And he's just like, but I'm not the epic cool guy?
Yeah.
No deal.
Poking around in this hallway has actually paid off quite handsomely.
Huh? How so, sir?
In a variety of different ways. I think it's time we had a little chat with the real culprit of this case. You know who the killer is? Wow, Mr. Edgeworth! As long as my logic is sound, then yes. The mastermind.
I knew from the beginning.
The mastermind behind this murder is none other than Mr. Portsman. What?
Whoa.
Mr. Portsman? Yes, he was in the intro cutscene.
I knew it. That's exactly what my logic sensors were telling me too.
That's a fun way of saying you watched the intro cutscene as well.
I suspected it was him from the instant he killed him on screen.
That is anything but logical. Lady and gentlemen, like, I like the idea that Edgeworth knew the whole time, but he had to figure it out logically. Lady and gentlemen,
That's how Columbo does it.
prepare yourselves. Come what may, it's time to knock on truth's door. Fitting, isn't it,
Adios.
that my door is also truth's door.
You're kind of insufferable sometimes, Mr. Edgewood.
And you forget and you're never paying attention, Mr. Gumshoe.
Because we were talking, sir. I know I'm the forensics guy. Mr. Portsman,
I know.
I finished processing the bloody letters, sir. All right, let me take a gander. Oh, come on, pass it here. Ooh, I'm gonna need a dinner reservation for two. John Portsmouth, I'm efficient and lean, a proficient professional prosecuting machine.
You are turning into
okay.
Dirt Rock.
Looking good. You there. Take good care of this. Take good care of this. Yeah, I gotta get the voice back. Sorry. Oh. Ow. Fuck. Well, if it isn't Detective Gumshoe. There we go. That's the voice. Into the line for you, Mr. Portsman. We've got you now. Call off your dog, Edgeworth. Is this some kind of joke?
It's no joke. We know, Mr. Jacques Portman, that you are the
Jacques.
guilty party in this case. Wait, what were you saying?
Nothing?
You said Jacques at one point, but then you changed it back. So, you changed it to Jacques. Jacques.
You must be pretty upset getting chased out of your own room. I'd be mad too. So I guess you can stay, if you promise to stay out of our way. That rhymed.
Did you miss the part where I just accused you? You intend to hide your crime under the guise of a prosecutor doing his job? I can see right through the unsightly paper-thin mask you wear upon your cowl.
I'm 13 and this is deep. Who would have ever come to thought it? Who would have ever come to thought it would come to
Oh my
this?
god, Jack.
swamp.
Jack,
Who'd
Jack,
have ever
Jack,
thought it would come to
you're
this?
you're treading dangerously close to Luke as red-white levels of
My reading I think I've slowly gained dyslexia. Like, it's not great. Actually, come to think of it, your mentor was Manfred von Karma, right? He took you to Epstein Island. The legendary prosecutor who never lost a single case for 40 long years.
He did invite me there, but after the first time, after I saw what was going on, I refused to go again.
But there was always this incessant chatter about forged evidence with that guy. Really teaches me that I've got to stay on the lookout for false accusations. Ooh, hegemony, you know.
Are you done going archimony and trying to play mind games with me? Because they won't work. The only thing you should be using that mouth of yours for now is explaining yourself.
Mr. Kiss Me.
No, gross. That too will only dig your hole deeper. Dig your hole deeper. No. Either way, your game is up.
I am a dwarf and I'm hegemony. Well, aren't we full of ourselves? Even though you've yet to prove anything. Tobuscus.
Tobuscus.
Adventure. Hey, gay Buscus, it's me, Toby. No, it's too late to make him do. I come to go hang out with Kyle Rittenhouse now. Gay
God damn
Buscus. Toby, what? Hey, gay Buscus. I believe the election was stolen. Stop it. What happened to Gay Buscus? I wonder if
I wonder if that guy still associates himself with Toby Turner or not.
Probably not. He's now just Gabe.
Yeah.
I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but there's a mountain of evidence that points away from me being the culprit. Besides, how, may I ask you, do you propose I unlocked your door and got in here? Dun, 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 dun. Look, I feel bad doing this to you, but I've got work to do, so we're done here. Gerbashkis?
Sorry, but we are not finished yet.
Boy, you're stubborn. I suppose you're basing your accusations on something? Jamon.
I'll show you what I'm based on. Based and evidence-pilled.
I fucking make love to logic. Who's my favorite rapper, you ask?
Logic.
I have no idea what sort of harebrained idea you have in mind, but...
Hold it!
My accusation is a harebrained idea, is it?
Yes. You tell me, I'd say. You tell me, I'd say it is. After all.
Okay, that was the most, like, pointless press dialogue ever. Literally 2 text boxes. That's so funny.
Hold it!
Oh, and what, pray tell, kind of evidence is pointing away from you being the culprit?
Jim was my partner, so you can't say I had a motive for killing him.
And that's it? That's not even an anthill, let alone a mountain.
But it's more than enough. Wouldn't you agree?
Might I recommend that you review what the word evidence means?
I've covered my
Sir.
mic with a cover. It doesn't change the fact that the evidence doesn't point to me as the killer. Ooh, Jamon.
No, I didn't cut it off that time. That was just how the transition between those scenes looked.
Jim. Besides, how may I ask, do you propose I...
Unfortunately, I believe I have already shown how you unlocked the door.
I'm getting to that. Relax and listen. Your speculation means nothing, as I still insist that I could not gain access to your room.
What should I do now? Should I raise an objection? Objection!
Yeah, always.
You claim to have had no way to open my door. However, is that really the honest truth? Edgeworth,
You claim.
Edgeworth really is much more Columbo with the way that he solves mysteries than Phoenix.
Because Phoenix isn't confident enough.
Yeah.
Columbo.
Mhm.
All right, I'll humor you. Go ahead, shoot.
Very well then. I propose that you use this to open my door. The Master Key! I believe you
The
were
Master
able to
Key.
open my office door with the Master Key, no less. Were you about to say the...
Objection.
Were you about to say the Master Hee-hee?
No. Wait. Hold on for a second. May I see that key? He then eats it. What key? I never laid a finger on that key, as you already know.
Precisely. You were able to open my door without lifting a single finger. Well,
Finger?
maybe you did, but only to direct. Kid named Finger. That's right. You used your finger to direct this person to open my door with the key.
Take that!
You had asked Miss Bird to open your own office door for you, yes?
Yeah, I kind of forgot my key at home. Happens a bit too often for my taste, you know?
But the room you had Miss Bird open at that time was not your own, was it? Wait, he just admitted that,
Demonic.
yeah, he just... What?
You have quite the imagination. But why don't we ask the girl herself whose door she opened, shall we?
I'm certain that it was Mr. Portsman's door, sir. I checked the number plate to make sure I was opening the right door, sir.
Post gumshoe cough. See? Miss Bird backs up my story.
Yet, what if you had misled her, to fool her into thinking what you wanted?
Ha! And how do you suppose I did that?
You swapped those numbers! 1202, as if I could forget! That's right, they do slide out pretty easily. Furthermore, you then used one other thing to give a very strong impression. Did you just say hi, Kale?
I said ergo. Is Kale here?
No, I thought I heard the words hi, Kale. That's why I was wondering the same thing. I'm like, is Kale here? They should all be. I think they're all. Well, maybe they're probably not playing D&D at this point. The door she was opening was yours, and not, in fact, mine. That's what you misled her into believing. What was it that you used?
Oh my god. What do you think?
The number plate
The hoop.
and the hoop. Yep, both. But the hoop is in my evidence, so that's the one we're gonna use.
She was
What?
falling.
The basketball hoop, sir? It's quite the peculiar fixture in any hallway, let alone a hallway in this building. Which is why it left an unusually strong impression on you. It's an object perfectly suited to just sit outside the office of a peculiar prosecutor. That's very true, sir, because there was a basketball hoop sitting there. I thought the door I was opening had to be Mr. Portman's. There are signs that the hoop had been moved. To sit it in front of my office, to be sure.
I see. So that's how you throw suspicion on people. Thanks for the tip. But I think your conjecture is just a little off from the racetrack. Kiss me. Now you're just spouting nonsense. Ugh! I had the girl open my office door. After that, I was in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to suspect me. GG.
So he intends to claim his innocence to the end, does he?
Uchamane. I'm as pure and innocent as my jacket.
He's as pure and innocent as Michael Jackson.
Oh God. And Miss Bird is as dirty, demonic, and guilty as as the people who accused Michael Jackson.
My jacket's not dirty. I'll have you know, I just watched it yesterday.
And
Please
did you
calm-
see Leaving Neverland?
Please calm down, for I intend to show who is the one truly covered in slime here.
Is this the Kids' Choice Awards?
Dan Schneider, no! I saw him when I was at Epstein Island.
Oh no! I drew this canonically. I just love the image of him getting them being like an
And
island.
immediately
This is
leaving after he sees.
Yeah, he's just like, oh my gosh, we're an island at a rich. Like he's just like he's so fast. He's like, are we gonna go swimming? And they're like, all right, let's go look at children. And he's like, oh,
What? You what?
like this?
Nonsense, you say?
Tamana. Yes, because I'm telling the truth here. Tamana, telling the truth here.
She does it like 6 times every text point.
I had the girl open my office door. That's not impressive. Okay.
Using the master key, of course. Yeah, I guess I might
Sure.
just be able to present. I don't even...
You have a problem with that? That is what the master key is for, right?
Perhaps we should place it in an elaborate labyrinth of some sort for people like you.
Jimone.
I think I can just...
After that, I was in my room the entire time. Just find the contradiction.
Yeah, like, I think I just had the girl open my office door. My thought is, how did he not notice the note under his desk?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I... Mr. Portsman,
Oh, fuck.
there was a large flaw in your logic. Okay, I think I didn't press it on... I'm convinced that is the contradiction. It's just not the right evidence. Not the right
I
statement.
cut you on my teeth like Beauty and the Beast.
That was careless of me. I must make sure I present that evidence on the right spot. It's probably... I had the girl open my office door. She's in my room the entire time. You don't have a single reason to... I think it's this one. It's whenever they do the, like, you don't have a single reason to... You don't have a single piece of evidence you could use on me, and then you just present one. Or not.
Idiot.
Or they want me to... You told me to stop pressing the statements, but I think they want me to press more of the statements.
Stay cool, Mr. Edgeworth.
I may have jumped the gun a little bit. Let's go back to pressing.
You're cringe. My mom called something cringe the other day.
Nice.
But she meant it in like the literal sense, like it made her.
It
cringe.
made her physically
But she was like, it was.
cringe.
Yeah, she was talking about like scenes from the movie American Fiction because it's like
Oh,
there's some, like, cringe
yeah.
scenes, like intentionally cringe scenes in that movie. But she just went like, it was a little cringe, and I was like, oh, and then I realized that that's what she meant. I thought she was just like, this movie's cringe, bro.
What were you doing in your office?
I was doing my usual training regiment.
Training regiment? Were you going through your law books from start to finish?
Mainly batting practice and some. Oh, and I jog when I get the chance.
You jog in your office?
Wow, you must be the buffest prosecutor we have.
Wrong! I'm the buffest prosecutor we have. Flex,
I'm
flex.
so strong. I was doing my usual workout, so I'm kind of cut as fuck, bro. You don't have a single Jonathan Glazer to us.
I think I've given you quite a few, actually.
Objection! But none of those would be able to stand up on their own. Ugh.
Then what about all the evidence? Oh my god, the back and forth
Objection.
objections.
It's all circumstantial. No judge would convict on such flimsy evidence.
He seems to be trembling a little. One more little push. All I have to do is find the flaw in his... So I didn't unlock any new things with that?
No, you have to fucking present the evidence, you piece of shit.
Why would it not be this evidence though? Maybe.
Let's look at all the evidence.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe there's another one that I have to do
Look at the
first.
door. Look at the door. Let's see. Well, what's the information on it? Yeah, maybe like the
discovered in the hallway.
note in the door
right?
Maybe the
oh,
fact
yeah,
that
I see. The fact that it's in the door.
meat on the bone.
The meat on the bone. Yes.
And his fingerprints were found on the doorknob. That's also, yeah. So that'll be either
Yeah.
this statement or the last one.
Okay, there we go. Yes.
Yeah.
Jumping ahead a bit with the note. I had your door dusted for prints.
Fingerprints? My door? What for?
A kid named Finger.
Pilot's license? What for? Come to think of it, I bet you didn't find anything. You sure are good at wasting time.
You're right. I didn't find anything. And definitely not Miss Bird's fingerprints.
The prints? What do they have to do with anything? Pilot's license? What for?
Let's put it this way. If she really was the one who opened your door. This sounds like a Xenoblade battle song, almost.
Yeah, like a Xenoblade for the
Like-
Nintendo DS battle.
Xenoblade Chronicles for the Nintendo DS. Her print should naturally
But I-
be on the doorknob she touched. Ban
Banner's Rupee Kingdom.
Banner's Rupee Kingdom. Further, all of the prints on my office's doorknob have been wiped clean off. Why? I feel like if Xenoblade was a franchise in the mid-2000s, there would have been a no-pawn related spin-off for like the DS or something.
Yeah.
Like I could see it. I'll
No,
ban.
Nopon Noble game.
Yeah. I can only assume it's because Miss Bird's fingerprints were on it.
Objection! But it doesn't change the fact that I was in the room the entire time.
Is that really a fact? Or is it fiction?
Hey, would I lie to you? Pilot's license? What for?
I have here proof that you were not in the room. You're in your room the entire time as you clip. I guess now would be the note, maybe?
You were falling.
I can't think of anything else, so yeah.
Yeah.
This is a note that the victim left for you, Mr. Portsmouth.
A pilot's license? What for? A note?
As he gets more anxious, he just keeps defaulting to pilot's license? What for?
He keeps quoting, what's that? Is it Bubsy?
I think so. Or maybe Gex? No, I think it's Bugsy.
No, I think that's Bubsy, yeah. Because Gex would be a movie reference.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
This is worse than the time I was with Edgeworth on Epstein Island.
It was left under your door, or did you not notice? And right here it says, but you're out. Oh, I didn't even think about that part. Yeah. I was just thinking because it was under his door, why would he not have noticed it? You were not in
This
your
song
room.
hits, bro.
I know.
I also love the part, like, just a few seconds ago where, like,
They definitely I feel like they stepped up the game compared to, like, the trilogy. Oh, just the, like, DS versus GBA sound font, I think. It was like, oh, we can do more with the songs. You were not in your room when the victim came to call on you. So then, where were you and what were you doing?
what's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. Don't you think it's time that you gave up your charade? We know you stole into my office with the intent of stealing something from me.
I was like,
And
if you don't say
Detective-
charade, you don't get it.
And Detective Chicanery found you out. Possibly because he heard sounds coming from a room whose occupant was on leave. Mr. Portsman, you killed Mr. Chicanery to silence him. That's why you were in the intro cutscene. You had to threaten me as you escaped. You were the mysterious silhouetted figure in the second half of the intro cutscene as
The
well.
mysterious Mr. Enter.
As I said when you had the gun to my back, no one gets
Because you
away.
mysteriously
entered the
my
room.
place.
Okay. Were you going for that, or did that come into play
No,
after?
You said mysterious, and I thought of the mysterious
Uh-huh.
Mr. Enter. But then I was like, wait, there's a pun there.
No one gets away with committing murder in my office. This whole case has he's very like, you inconvenienced me. Like it's like Mihawk
what the
chasing down
fuck?
people
Why
at the start of
my
the East
office?
Blue.
Yeah, why the fuck does Emiok spawn camp, bro?
Yeah.
He's a fraud.
Shika, shika.
Jimona, and what's so funny, pal? And just what, Jimona? Well, that look of stiff seriousness on the face of this office's finest prosecutor. Me. As he makes a huge mistake in accusing me is simply too much to bear. Ooh, Jimona! There's just nothing else like it in the world.
What? Mr. Edgeworth just explained it all, and he even backed it up. You're the murderer. Stop trying to be slippery
Back
and
up
just
that
admit to it already.
You're slipping Jimmy.
You're slipping Jimmy. You were calling him Jim, but you're slipping Jimmy.
And as I said earlier, oh, that's a Jimona! It's all so circumstantial, so full of conjecture. Jimona! Full of conjecture. You say you checked my doorknob for friends.
It's like every 2 seconds he just...
I can readily confess that I wiped that knob down well.
I don't like the way you described wiping down that knob.
I don't wipe that knob, baby. I'm a little obsessive compulsive. You see. I didn't want to touch a doorknob that you had touched. Which is why I wiped the knob down as soon as I could after you opened the door. After that, it makes perfect sense that only Jim and my prince would be. I would be on. You made that up just now, didn't you?
I think this is the first time Gumshoe has talked since we came back in this room.
Thank God.
Furthermore, as for the note Jim left for me, do you know exactly when that was?
You see, I called him Jim, short for Jim Mon. For all we know, he could have left it there as I arrived at the office. Like early evening, for example.
Are you saying you failed to notice a note in your doorway?
Hey, even geniuses fail at times. I was probably too preoccupied being awesome and doing work-related matters. Although, that's no excuse.
Now that's just a flat-out lie. There's no way you didn't notice a note that size.
But you can't prove that, can you?
Say something, Mr. Edgeworth. Back me up here. Portsman makes a good point. I can't prove that he didn't simply overlook it.
Besides, I have an airtight alibi. I was with me the whole time.
Airtight, you say?
I only realized that I had one just now as we were talking. I was bawling. I guess it would have been better for all of us if I had told you sooner.
Objection! I'm bawling!
I was fucking your mom.
Oh god, one more of these. Okay. Portsman's
One more roll? You got nothing to bet with. If memory serves, you came back to this office around 2 a.m., correct? There must be so easy. And if it was then that you had that unfortunate confrontation at gunpoint with the culprit, I don't recall mentioning that. But at exactly what time at exactly that time, I was down in criminal affairs. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate my story. It's the perfect alibi.
So I'm thinking the person there is a possibility that the other person who was in here could be somebody else. I just don't know why that would make, like, why would that someone else not, I don't know, say anything. Do you really think it's that perfect?
Like I said, I don't care. Ask around all you like. You'll see for yourself.
Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir. I'll go check out his alibi, sir. Be right back.
He's leaving the scene, Jack.
Thank God.
Not yet.
God.
Never mind. He came back immediately.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir, I think we're in trouble. It's just like Mr. Portsman said. The guys down in criminal affairs said they saw him at around 2 a.m. You see?
All of the evidence points to him being the culprit. So there must be a contradictory point in his alibi somewhere. Somewhere.
Somewhere out there.
I was thinking somewhere
memory
over the
serves.
rainbow.
You came out of this office around 2 a.m., correct? I was thinking about an American Tale.
You are correct. It was around 2 a.m.
Are you sure? It's really important to me that you're spot on with the time. Ooh, Jimony.
I remember checking my watch, and make no mistake, it was 2.
Oh, giving testimony like a pro. Okay, so you came back to your office on round 2. At 2. It was not around. I added that one in. And it was then that you had that unfortunate comment. Okay, interrupt me.
It is as you say, however.
Yes? Yes, however, you are the only one who claims to have bumped into the culprit. Jimony. So tell me, did you see the person's face? Was it me who you saw?
It was pitch black, so no, I didn't see anyone's face.
Objection! Oh, come now. I'm sure you saw something. Try a little harder, why don't you?
I'm beginning to feel like I'm the one being interrogated here.
It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas. Oh, what band? Oh, Jimony. It doesn't matter if you remember or not.
I mean, he was being interrogated at Christmas that one time.
Jimony. It only matters that you ran into the culprit. I really have to pee, but I want to finish the case first.
I know. Exactly that time.
But at exactly that time, I was down at the okay.
I just don't know what obvious evidence would present, so I'm pressing more. So you paid the Criminal Affairs Department a visit.
Yup. Right after I left the prosecutor's building, I headed straight for the precinct. Right after I killed Jim, I headed straight for the fuck. Ask around. I'm sure the other detectives will corroborate
The
my story.
perfect alibi.
It's the perfect alibi.
But it's not. I don't know if it is the perfect alibi because there's no.
Someone else knocked me out there.
There's no proof. There's no proof that the person who came in the second
Here,
time
go to the
was-
just go to the end. Just
Yeah,
go to the end of the thing and see what Edgeworth says, because that usually gives you a free hint.
Yeah.
He'll be like, damn him.
Portsmouth's
It's
alibi may seem perfect at first glance, but I know there's a hole in it somewhere. It was not helpful. But I do think it's the perfect alibi. I would argue it's not because there's a possibility that somebody that
There's 2 guns.
yeah, that there was 2 guns, but I don't actually have a piece of evidence that says that. I have a piece of logic that says that, but not a piece of evidence.
Well, the gun with 1 bullet in it.
But yeah, the gun with that's what I was thinking about trying.
No!
No. We are too smart for this game. It really doesn't. It wants you to.
No, but the game's so smart because it said behoove.
I can't allow him to set the pace here. I must remain calm. I must annoyingly press every statement.
Hold it!
Well, we did go and ask around to confirm your testimony.
Oh, and it was just as I said, right?
I thought you went to the bathroom for a second. I was like, he's gone.
I give up. Yes, sir. Oh, man. A number of detectives said that they saw you around that time. See? I have the perfect alibi. That's the ace I had up my sleeve.
Even though he didn't
Jimony.
remember it until 2 seconds. Impossible! He actually does have the perfect alibi!
He's fucking balling. What's wrong? Why the sudden sullen look on your face? Can't you say anything back, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we've reached the end of the line, and it's time to get off this crazy train.
Okay, so this is one of those ones where once you press all the statements, it unlocks like a new chain
Yeah,
of
he's
dialogue.
like, he's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
You there.
Sir!
Please escort the young lady, Maggie Bird, out. But remember, be gentle.
Oh, this is Gumshoe.
Maggie! Maggie!
Detective Gumshoe!
I love you. I know.
You're a little old for me. Is there
Oh, damn it.
nothing I can do? There must be a way to turn this situation around. If I only had a clue. Did I miss something that can help me? Okay, so here's where I use the logic to connect 2 guns to his alibi. Got it.
Logic.
Logic. Another handgun and Mr. Portman's alibi. Boom. There were 2 bullets left at the scene of the crime.
Nagito Komaida for the Nintendo DS.
One that robbed Mr. Fate. Why am I imagining like a full both screens Nagito Kameyedo portrait of him like looking insane? It's very vivid in my head. One that robbed Mr. Faith of his life. Mr. Chicanery, excuse me. And one that nearly robbed me of my jacket.
God damn it.
2 bullets.
The time.
Meaning that it is entirely possible that a second
Joe
gun
Rogan.
was used in my office tonight. Joe Rogan? What?
Jamie, pull that up. He said it is entirely possible.
Oh, okay.
Jamie, pull that up.
But seeing as how the killer had to steal the gun, I doubt
If
the
Edward
killer...
had a podcast, Gumshoe would be his like computer guy.
Gumshoe, pull that up. Yeah. I doubt the killer had
Damon
enough...
Paula's just one guy.
Gumshoe, check the logs. I doubt the killer had another gun up their sleeve. Therefore, the second gun could have been the property of an entirely different person, which could mean that there was another person who paid a visit to my office tonight. But who?
The real question isn't who, but who.
Okay, and then these two go together, because another visitor, that's why the files were rearranged twice. They were rearranged by 2 different visitors. Supposing there was yet another visitor tonight, that would also resolve the issue of why my shelves were bended twice. We know that the shelves were disturbed once before and once after the murder, so it shouldn't be much of a stretch to think that it was the work of 2 different people. God,
Marcus
I
Allen.
love logic! Oh!
He definitely.
Logic!
Hey, Mr. Redworth, not here!
Once by the person who stole the victim's gun, and then killed him with
He
it!
just reaches his hand.
And once again after the murder by
He
our
reaches his
second
hand in
culprit.
his pants. And Gumshoe's like, Sir, no!
Who was the owner of the second gun? Oh!
Logic!
Logic! If we suppose that the second culprit's gun was the one that was pointed at my back.
What the
Oh,
hell
shit.
are you doing? And he's like,
I'm using
"Let him get it
logic!
out of his system."
Objection! And then he pulls his hand out of his pants and points it at Mr. Portsman.
And there's
it's-
like little liquid dripping off his What is that on your
Depraved.
hand? It's fresh,
It's
unadulterated logic.
Mr. Portsman,
Alright.
it seems that I need to
Check me
amend
with
my
your logic.
assumptions regarding this case.
Great, so you finally come to your senses and jerked off in front of me.
Mr. Edgeworth! Mr. Edgeworth, what was that hand doing down there?
Sir, we promised we would never do this in
Sir, what are
public.
you doing?
What are you doing?
This has been a big misunderstanding on my part from the start. I had assumed that the person I ran into was the killer, but that may not be the case.
I've heard of a climax to a case, but this is ridiculous.
But this is ridiculous.
What do you mean? I mean, wait, what do you mean?
What do you mean? The person I ran into was just your average thief.
A thief? But, sir, doesn't that cause some sort of contradiction of the facts?
Not at all. It simply means that the killer was someone else. And it means that in actuality, 2 culprits stole into my office tonight.
Is it too late to say that I stole from you and was the second guy?
He would.
What do you mean?
He's gonna.
What do you mean?
He's gonna try to do that in 10 seconds. It explains both why my shelves were disturbed twice and how there were 2 guns.
Strategy.
Yeah, right.
Get off for the lesser crime.
Mr. Portsman tricked Miss Bird and gained entry into my office.
Damn, Maggie.
Objection! Now you're just leading the argument. You don't have any actual proof, you know?
If you could please go along with my hypothesis for now, Mr. Portsman. In the end, if you
Calm
really
down,
are
Woody.
innocent...
We're your friends.
Shut up! Shut up, Portsman! I'll kill you!
Sorry, pal, but can we make amends?
Shut up, Gumshoe! I'm gonna kill you! In the end, if you really are...
Why can't we just walk it out?
Shut up, Maggie! I'm gonna kill you!
Edgeworth, where have you been?
Shut up, Phoenix!
Shut
I'll
up,
kill you!
Phoenix.
So stupid.
He just only tells me he's gonna kill him.
In the
Mr.
end,
Edgeworth,
if you really are innocent, you should have nothing to worry
kill
about.
you. Grr.
Okay, if we had been playing through Case 4, the elevator scene where Edgeworth thinks he shot his own dad, we would definitely, if we'd been playing through that now, we definitely would have made a "shut up, Dad, I'll kill you" joke. Because the actual joke I made at that time was a "when will these fools stop breathing my air" joke. But I think...
Because the guy literally said, "Stop breathing my air."
And I got confused and thought it was Edgeworth saying it, and then when will these
Why are these
fools still breathing my air? Why are these fools still in my office? Returning to my scenario, Mr.
I wish the
Portsman.
highlights guy did something for the 4th case. Why did he fucking
Yeah, what happened to the highlights guy? He heard he had to put the One Piece opening in it, and he decided not to make it anymore. Now then,
I heard he's hesitant to edit something that he's not in. So it's just going to abruptly stop.
to be fair, I've never edited something I'm not in either, so... Now
Why
then,
would you?
returning to my scenario, Mr. Portsman was out to steal something from me, which is why he checked my secret safe and ransacked my shelves. This
I'm gonna
is the
kill you.
first time.
So then, this would be the file. This would be when the files were put back in the wrong order, right?
Correct? And then, just when he was about to look somewhere else, who should walk in but his own partner, Mr. Chicanery?
But why did Mr. Chicanery come into your room?
He probably
Sorry?
had business with Mr. Portsman, which is why he was in the area. But that's when he noticed sounds coming from my office, would be my guess. Oh, because you were supposed to be away, right?
And he must have thought it was art, so he came into this office to check it out.
Correct. And as a detective, that was the right thing to do. But when he came in, he found his own partner standing there. Because it was Mr. Portsman. Mr. Mr. Chicanery probably let his guard down. But Mr. Portsman was not so merciful as to let him leave alive. He waited for a chance and stole the chicanerous gun from him, and then he killed him.
So,
He
he
silenced.
does not give a shit.
I know, yeah, he looks like
Going over
bored.
there.
He killed him. He silenced Mr. Chicanery for catching him in the act of stealing. This was the moment in which the first shot was fired, the one that landed in my files. Following that, Mr. Portsman wiped the gun down and left it behind as he made his exit. He could afford to do that because he had also left the fake dying message behind.
You're such a complicated troublemaker, you know that?
I thought he was like, you're so complex, your motives.
Well, if things were as simple as that, then all would be solved. However, there was yet another visitor to my room, and this is where it gets complicated. This is where it gets complicated?
I'm on his side now. No, that does it.
There was another?
visitor, sir? On second thought, I'm with Portsmouth on this.
Yes, and this other person's objective was also to steal something from me. Now then,
My
even
heart.
after Mr. Portsman left, the door remained unlocked. However, this new visitor had
My
no way
ego
of knowing that,
unchecked.
and so they stole the master key from the security guard's room, and then entered my room and searched through the shelves. This was the second time that they were disturbed, and it seems the thief found their prize.
The stolen zero file, right, sir?
Correct? Only just as the thief was about to leave the file, with the file, I appeared. That thief could not catch a break. They threatened me with their own gun and made their escape. The second bullet was fired during that brief encounter.
So the shelves get messed up twice in the 2 bullets. It was all because 2 different people were doing those things at 2 different times.
Precisely! So now do you see, Mr. Portsman? The person I met was just a thief, and was not, in fact, Mr. Chicanery's killer. Your alibi
That's
for the
actually probably
time...
one of the most complicated.
Yeah, I was
first
gonna
cases.
say, this is a really complicated first hit. Only now at the end of, like, even reading through the explanation, even reading through the explanation, it took me a second to get, okay, so the thief came in, and then the thief was interrupted by Portsman and left, and then the thief came back again. I think that's what it is. Even having read through it, I'm a little like, what? Your alibi for the time frame in which I ran into the other person is now irrelevant. Because we
get it,
now
Will.
know, I don't know, sometimes people's Steam notifications double show up. Because we now know that the murder took place during their first culprit's visit. During the first? Oh yes, the first being... This is complicated for a first case. Gumshoe could not... Phoenix could not have solved this without it going to trial, I'll tell you that right now.
No. Phoenix never solves something without it going to trial.
Yeah, true.
What's so funny, pal?
Absolutely splendid. Your scenario explains everything.
Of course it does. It's Mr. Edgeworth after all.
But you know, it still doesn't change the fact that it's all circumstantial. Supposing if, and that's a big if, your theory's right.
Edgeworth is now getting a taste of his own medicine every time Phoenix, like, nails down every aspect of a kill, and then he...
circumstantial.
Help plus circumstantial evidence. Is this how it feels?
It would indeed render my alibi, which has withstood scrutiny, but mind you, irrelevant. But there is still one defining point of your argument for which you have no evidence.
Whew.
Your supposition that if I was the first visitor,
Grr, Mr. Edgeworth, you can't let him get away with that, sir.
But he has a point. I have absolutely no proof at this point. Don't say that, sir.
Sir?
Sir?
I don't believe this. Don't worry, Maggie. Don't worry, kitten. I'll do something if I must.
Oh, God.
You know something? I find your attitude to be somewhat peculiar, Mr. Edgeworth. If the person you met really was just a plain old thief, then why is that person not your main suspect? That is, if your theory is correct. Oh, I
Part
hate you.
2? God damn it. This
Last
guy's
one, last one, it's
persistent.
gotta
This guy's persistent, especially for a first case villain.
He's a prosecutor.
Yeah.
That thief you ran into shouldn't be a real suspect, wouldn't you? That thief you ran into should be a real suspect, wouldn't you say? We should be out there looking for that thief right now. They still might be nearby. Woohoo! Oh, I hate to repeat myself, but as I already said, I was training in my room. You little bitch. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down at criminal affairs. At criminal affairs. So I can't really be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
So you think we should be out there looking for the thief?
Of course. Now isn't the time to be wasting time on dead-end discussions.
I don't think it's at all dead-ended. I find your alibi to be fascinating. Let's continue
you.
where we left off, shall we?
It sounds like you're baiting me.
I know you're lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just have to find a way to prove it.
L plus circumstantial. That thief you ran into should be a real suspect. Fuck, I said shouldn't again.
Actually, no, I wouldn't.
What? Why not?
That's
Wait a minute.
elementary! Oh my god, he's...
Do it to the rhythm. Do it to the rhythm.
That's elementary. The dying message, of course. Mr. Faith's killer very clearly left those letters on the spines of those files. And it was after they were on there that the thief stole one of them.
You mean the oath files, right?
I like the idea that the thief came back, saw like blood written on the files and like a body and was like, I gotta get this done. I gotta get this job.
I gotta get in there.
I gotta get in there. And that's how we also know the letters themselves were a setup and not from Mr. Faith. If the thief was the killer, do you think they would try to undermine themselves? Yeah, no, okay.
Maybe the killer just didn't think of that either.
I was wondering why the thief, would write Gumshoe on the file that he took out. But now it makes sense.
Yes, that must be it. Maybe, just maybe. We should be out there looking for the thief right now. They might still be nearby. Fuck the murderer.
Once escaped, I highly doubt a thief would linger nearby.
Well, you never know. I lingered. Maybe they didn't get what they were after. Really after.
Oh,
Really.
you talk like you know quite a bit about this thief.
Hey, it's nothing like that. I have no idea about anything after all. I hate to repeat myself, but as I already said, I was training in my room. I don't have a good one for this one.
But according to Mr. Faith's, Mr. Chicanery's note,
Mr. Notes Faith.
Mr. Note's Faith,
Hold on. I thought we already cleared that up. Didn't we say that Jim left that note for me in the early evening? If you have proof that he left it at a different time, just say before he was... Say, at a different time, say just before he was murdered.
I don't have any, no.
I just got Justin's, like, flipped. You
Yeah,
see?
you could have
So
just
I-
flipped him and kept going.
So I insist again that I was in my office the entire time. Wink. And when Jim came to deliver some evidence to me, I was down in criminal affairs.
Wait,
Hello, everybody.
what do you
My
mean
name's
when
Dr.
Jim
Buck.
came to deliver some evidence to you? Didn't you say the note had to be like... Yeah, wait, hold on, I'm pressing this one. Why didn't you go there with Mr. Chicanery?
Ah, that's because he said he was tired and was going to take a quick nappy. Hoochie-money. You know, those sofas in the hallways? He likes to sleep on those. It's one of his habits. Ooh, hoochie-money.
And what of the evidence he brought?
L plus circumstantial. They were just things related to yesterday's case. Just two items, a gun and a pendant.
A gun, you say? Interesting. This piece of testimony seems too crucial to let slip through the cracks. He brought me two items, a gun and a pendant.
They were related to yesterday's case.
They should click them. Okay. As a gun and a pendant.
Yes, this gun, which was the murder weapon. And this pendant, which belonged to the victim.
And why were you taking them to criminal affairs?
I forgot. There was something in a past case file I wanted to compare those two to. But all of this has nothing to do with the case right now.
Anyway, I believe you'll find the long paper trail I left to be to your satisfaction.
I want to investigate that gun he has. But I guess I need to present something first. So I can't be expected to know what happened around here after I left.
Look at their faces. Nobody give a fuck.
I can't expect you to know, can I?
Nope. But I guess you can expect me to take a guess based on logical deductions.
Only I am allowed to use logic. Let's see you deduce.
He puts his hand in his pants. Oh, Jim waited for me to leave and then stole the master key.
Logic battle.
Fuck. For the purpose of sneaking into your room, of course. Oh, this is his hand coming out. It's now dripping as well. And when this bird caught him red-handed,
God.
the murder occurred. Maggie's like, can I leave?
Can I?
It's all exactly as I laid out earlier. This is what happens when it's just the two of us.
I
That's
know,
a bit that
right?
got shut down immediately.
Okay, to be fair, the cum shoe bit happened when there was a bunch of people, and that one's about... I know he's lying. I know he was here at the scene of the crime. I just
know
have
he
to
swapped
find a
those
way to
numbers.
prove it.
That thief you ran into should be a real suspect.
Okay,
Wouldn't
so
you
now we're
say?
back at the beginning.
Jim Monet.
I think the gun one is what I really want.
And when, yeah,
What is this one? Yeah. Okay.
can't be expected to know people's names. And I say a cock is a cock. He just keeps talking. Furthermore,
See, I just don't know what to... Like, I don't think pressing this would do anything related to yesterday's case.
have we presented the?
Let me look at this note again, just real quick. Three
Three
pieces. Three pieces.
Ooh, you're done.
Accidental stumble on it. Only 2 pieces? I believe the proper phrase here is, you fail.
Oh my god. That's a barren line.
I was thinking, I feel like that's also that also has the same energy as Joseph Joestar being like, your next line is, and then getting somebody to say,
I
like,
believe the proper
yeah.
phrase here is, you
You
fail. Each and every one of us. Excuse me?
you fail as a prosecutor, Mr. Portsman, as you intend to keep evidence hidden from me. The one piece of evidence! It's real!
It's real!
It's real!
Nostalgia Critic comes in. It's real! It's real! Cheetah!
Get out of here, Nostalgia Critic. Here's one piece I think you should read carefully. Ah, it says that Mr. Chicanery was bringing 3 pieces. Yes,
Susanna.
and this is the victim's real dying message to
Buddy.
you. It's so easy for it to turn into Susanna.
Buddy.
I brought
Buddy.
the 3 pieces of evidence by, just like we talked about on the phone. But it looks like you're out. Guess I'll catch up to you later, buddy.
Buddy. Hey, I can't believe to get tripped up by simple arithmetic.
Where is the missing piece of evidence? Where is the one piece?
I'm eating it right now. It's
You have it, don't you? Only the guilty would make such a face. Detective Gumshoe.
You don't have to say it, sir. I'll pat down the guy from head to toe. Give me that dick. He like reaches immediately for his penis.
Oh my
What
god.
the fuck? What?
Yeah.
Don't come any closer. I'm warning you.
It's only fitting, like the first Ace Attorney stream, our main bit was calling the Thinker's Clock the Thinker's Cock, and our first Edgeworth stream, the main bit is them having a jerk-off battle to Logic.
I'm more logical than you.
Logic.
Is
Logic!
logical. This is all part of the investigation, pal. So don't even think about stopping me. How's that ass feeling? No! Hey, what's this? What is this? You've been streaming for 3 hours and 44 minutes?
Damn,
Jesus
this is a
Christ.
long first case. Amazing how long we can go when it's just 2 people, and
You
how...
can finish this. This stream is only going to be slightly shorter than the fucking Snyder cut. He had this on him, sir.
If we were doing this with like with all the other people, we would have made
We
it
never
through.
could've done.
We would have made it to the first investigating the hallway segment, and then we would have
Yeah.
stopped streaming.
And then Luke would have been like, I'm tired.
Yeah. Despite what you said, it would appear that you do have something to hide.
But why would he hide something like that?
There is only one reason why anyone would hide evidence of this caliber. Because it would
Calibre.
unequivocally point to that person himself as the real killer. Let's examine this videotape. Oh god! Let's watch the videotape!
Let us watch this music video.
The KG8 incident.
It's a police case number, sir. Does that mean this video is evidence from that case?
Interesting. However, what's recorded on this isn't what's important right now. Okay, so we're not watching a video. Let's give the casing a thorough once-over.
Let's give the casting of Frank Stone a once-over.
It just... Oh, hello, blood.
Oh, that's blood, isn't it?
Yes, and I believe this is what the good prosecutor was trying to hide from us. This blood is still fresh.
Blood? Blood. You mean this might be Detective Bates' blood? Blood?
Blood. Blood
No.
is waffling.
No. No, you've got it all wrong.
No amount of denial can save you now. We have but to run a blood test to find the truth. You told us that you had received evidence from the victim earlier. Now you will tell us when and how did the victim's blood find its way onto this video. Yeah,
Blood's
it's
waffling.
totally sus. You're the imposter.
Yes. The Rizzler lacks the cut. Skippity Toilet, Ohio.
God damn it. Was it at the moment of his death? Did Detective Chicanery have this videotape on his personage when you killed him?
You know very well there's no way to prove that.
Not even if we were to
Gen
examine
Alpha.
this tape for fingerprints? If I had to take a guess, I'd say that the only ones on here would belong to the murderous you. You, it's a weird sentence. The murderous you and Mr. Chicanery. Of course. Oh boy, breakdown time. He ate it! He ate it!
I
He-
saw.
Don't sass me. Don't you give me
He
attitude.
ate it.
He ate it! He ate it, Gumshoe! I saw!
Sir, we all saw that. I can't believe he choked to death, sir. That's wild. Mr. Portsman has been placed under arrest for the murder of Buddy Chicanery, sir.
Very good.
And the results we got back from the lab on the lab techs on the tape turned out to be real solid, sir. The blood work came back. It was definitely Mr. Faith's blood on there. Yeah. And as a bonus, they were able to get lift a few of Mr. Chicanery's fingerprints as well.
Even the We Won the Case theme is really, like, musically
Yeah.
complex.
I like it.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Edgeworth. I
Time to
still
never
can't
appear in a
believe...
game again.
I still can't believe I got to see your cool deduction skills outside the courtroom.
Yeah, too bad this is your last case ever.
What?
I'm
Yeah,
impressed
goodbye.
beyond words, sir.
Not too bad. You're still gonna leave.
It was nothing. I'm just sorry you got caught up in a murder in my office. Please accept my apologies.
I don't.
Oh, it was nothing, really. Compared to what I've been through, I mean. I consider myself lucky that it was only a burglary and a murder this time, sir.
Gumshoe's not paying attention.
I know, he's just staring into space again. If it had been a
Wish I
holdup
w-
or a hostage situation, I'd have thrown my hands up in the air. I think I'm finally rising up from a goddess of misfortune to just an unlucky person. Honestly, I could see them bringing her back as an investigator in a future case. With this, like, in a future game. With this, like, setup. She's like, oh, she's now good enough to be a middling detective, like Gumshoe. Like, I could see that being a next game thing. It's like, Gumshoe retired, and Maggie is the Gumshoe. Something tells me we should have hired a different person for security detail.
But then her name is now Maggie Gumshoe.
Oh, God, yeah, what if?
It's like Detective Gumshoe's coming, and Phoenix is like, oh, Gumshoe, I haven't seen him in forever.
Yeah, and then it's Maggie.
Maggie.
I could see that. I could really see them doing that, I think.
You know something, sir? That Mr. Portsman really was one corrupt prosecutor. I bet he went to Epstein Island too.
And why would you say he was corrupt? Going to Epstein Island doesn't necessarily mean you were corrupt. You could have been tricked. He could have just thought it was an island.
He killed someone, sir. That's
Oh.
pretty corrupt.
Right,
I heard
yes.
that there were a number of suspicious things related to his court case. Also, he killed someone. There's even rumors about how some of the evidence he used is forged, sir.
Forged evidence, huh?
And they say he even decided not to prosecute a few cases for some very vague reasons.
Ooh, that guy was a complete disgrace to the entire profession. We never did get around to asking what his reason was for breaking into my office. Too bad he choked to death on that metal before we could ask him.
Yeah, whenever we got near that topic, he just clammed up.
Although, we can be pretty certain that it was to steal something.
Samurai.
And just between you and me, sir, and this is just between you and me, sir, but, there's a rumor that that he used forged evidence.
What?
You already said this.
Oh, well, did you hear that there's a rumor he might have used forged evidence? There's some sort of huge organization involved behind the scenes. Workers Alba, extraterritorial rights.
Well.
Well.
With Mr. Portsman not willing to divulge anything, it certainly needs credence to that rumor.
Finally, my own game.
It would seem that we haven't heard the last of this.
This is Edgeworth learning he has his own game.
I know, right?
Huh? Then Mr. Portsman isn't the bad guy?
There's more to this mystery that hasn't been solved. Almost like a whole game's worth of stuff. There are
It's
still
almost like
many
Dwight
more
was
mysteries.
wrong when he said I couldn't carry my own story. It sounds like I get my own 5-act structure.
For example, we still haven't figured out the significance to that piece of evidence.
My badge.
It's not the basketball hoop, I'll tell you that. Is it the
The
note?
evidence? Or no, the bottom right or bottom left.
Oh,
Eh?
yeah, the Zero series. The person who stole this file, the other villain of the night.
Yeah, I wonder who it was.
And what happened to the stolen pages? I wonder, who in
And
the
I
world
wonder
was it that held
If
me up
you
at
know
gunpoint? What it means! What it means!
And I'm back on my grind.
Mr. Edgeworth, sir,
Yes?
I came across this while I was processing your office earlier, sir. Finally, my higher register, Jesus Christ.
This card.
What is this? What is it, sir? Is that some bird or something on there? Is it a plane?
You said your higher register. Does it hurt your voice more to do, like, deeper register stuff than higher?
Yes, this hurts.
Way more than this.
Really? Okay.
This is like comforting. I can do this in my sleep.
You have the higher vocal register that I wish I had. Like, my voice is deeper than I wish it was.
My voice is higher than I wish it was.
It's not just
I
any bird.
wish I could do anything. That's what I wish. I wish I
Right,
could
yeah,
do
it's just all vocal ranges, yeah. It is the mark of the raven. A three-legged raven.
Never
A three-legged raven. Even you should know what this is, detective. I do not.
Oh, yeah. I know I should. I do not. Oh, is this the thing? This is that thing, isn't it? The great
The
thief
great
everyone's
thief
talking
thing,
about.
yes. It is the mark
Yeah,
of
it
the great
sounds like-
thief, Yatagarasu. I don't know
think
if I
that's
said
correct.
that right. Under the mark of a legendary bird, the Yatagarasu
Byakuya.
is noble to the end. A modern Robin Hood.
Sounds to me like this is the great foundation for my own game.
Labeled mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appears and vanishes at will. It sounds like hunting down this Yatagarasu, and learning their ultimate goal will be the focus of my game. We know the targets.
My movie.
The
my
Yatagarasu
superhero
likes to find and make public evidence of corrupt dealings. The theft is always performed in silence and always with perfection. Once a target is chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement is sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation is infiltrated without the— I'm getting the hiccups. Good thing we're almost done with this case. The chosen corporation is infiltrated without even the target noticing. Oh, Yatagarasu!
Some days you can't just get rid of a bomb.
Some days later, the evidence that was found is sent out to the mass media, along with this single card. It's the Phantom Thieves! Although it has been a while since the Yatagarasu's last experience.
Wake up, get up, get
Wake
out
up,
there. I love Morgana. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, look, there's something written on the back.
What? Let me see.
He's so excited to have his own game.
It's the location where the thief put the stolen files.
So the person who stole the contents of the file was the Yatagarasu!
Yes!
Yatagarasu organization! Oh, quite a few key words are popping up in this mystery.
I just love to imagine that this whole thing came after like Phoenix and Edgeworth like were just hanging out, and Phoenix like, yeah, I mean, you couldn't like carry your own game, you know? And Edgeworth is like, I could, and like he goes back and he's like, oh, see here, right?
The Yatagarasu! The Yatagarasu! The murder in my office!
It's exciting.
The return of the great thief, Yatagarasu! Looking back, I can't say I didn't see these events coming. I knew I'd be part of my own game, Ace Attorney Investigations 1! They were heralded by the incidents that began to occur 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, this game takes place out of order a bit.
Oh, is the second case a flashback?
Yeah.
I see.
Well, because the first one is him coming back from a trip. And then
Oh,
the second one
Turnabout
is
Airlines.
the plane
Oh.
on the way back
Oh
from
boy.
that trip.
Interesting.
pretty
Okay, alright. Let's save.
That's how I feel about this whole game. I'm like, people are like, is the first one good? And I'm like, it's pretty good. Then they talk about the second one. I go, second one. All right, that's all I got. I gotta
Yes,
eat.
yes.
I gotta pee.
One case is that I didn't think it would take us 4 hours to do this case because the first
No, I mean, the cases are long.
the first case of the first Ace Attorney game that we did the group stream of, we finished that in one stream that was like 2 hours. I mean, this is still shorter than Great Ace Attorney's first case, though. So, like, that one took me 2 streams, and I think they were both around this length. Or at least the second one was, because I was trying to finish it in 2 streams. But let's go back. Yes. Excellent. All right. My game is saved. That was fun. I also need to eat. So...
All right, later. This was really fun.
Later.
More soon.
Hang up the...
Yeah.
Yes, more soon. All right. I'm cutting stream now. That was good. Hopefully next time I can get my mic working again. He's got this big mic right here. I'm not using it. I'm using the camera's mic, which is fine. It's like not as good as this mic though. It's not as good as this one. So hopefully next time I'll get that up. Next time on Ace Attorney Investigations, starring me, Miles Edgeworth. Ace Attorney Miles Edgeworth. I actually don't. Is it Miles Edgeworth Ace? Is it? What is the full title? Where does the Miles Edgeworth? Okay, it's at the end. It's Ace Attorney Investigations : Miles Edgeworth. I typed it into the stream thing, and that's what it's titled as. The Miles is like up here. Anyway, I'm cutting stream now. Arrivederci!